What's up? For that intro, I forgot to change the copyright strike, so that's not what this show's about. We're not going to get into all that. So let me mute this. Okay. All right, so I am going to I still have it in my ear. What the hell is going on? Let me find the source. There it is. Bam. Okay. And did I just get rid of it? Okay. Everybody still with me? That started out a little shit show, but what the hell? It doesn't matter. Tonight I'm going to have a couple people on here with me that have never been on live with me, always been in the chat. And tonight was just kind of a last minute thing. And thought about it when I got home from work, and wasn't sure I was going to do it just because I was tired. And I know that normally after I eat dinner, I'm dead, and I probably won't want to. But decided to go ahead and just do a last minute live and just make it all about open chat. So you guys that always get kind of passed over and never mentioned, and get your name up here on the big screen. That's going to be tonight. So, and then tomorrow I'm going to do a live all about the Autel Evo mass series of new releases. So we'll talk about what I'm going to get, or what I have my eyes on anyhow at this moment, until we totally find out on the 28th. See if any of you guys are getting them and what you're interested in, if you're going to wait, blah, blah, blah. So I got C1 we have in the green room now. I'll bring him in. And hello, Lon. How you doing, buddy? I'm used to seeing you everywhere else, but not on my channel.
Yeah, well, thought I'd slum it today.
Yeah. Everybody's got to slum it once in a while, man.
You got to get down with the little guys every once in a while.
Yeah. How you doing?
Get down with the bath salts of the earth, I mean, salt of the earth, rather.
How have you been doing?
Good. Just working, flying, and riding. That's about it.
Sweet. Can't complain about any of that except the work part, right? But you got to work to have the rest.
No. I want stuff. Takes money. Gotta work.
That it does. It does. Well, speaking of slumming it, let's bring in the third.
Oh, boy.
He just popped up and...
all the way from...
Let him take his swallow there and bring him in.
Speaking of slum, I like that. That was good. What's up, boys?
Hey, Maddie, how you doing?
All right, man. First time on here. I love it.
Good to see you. It kind of looks like every other live show we watch, right?
Yeah, I know. I've been on a lot.
You're the YouTube whore.
Lon loves it.
We got to pay you. Everybody's got to pay you for your appearances, because I tell you what, you do a good job with the chats and all. Like, you're like pretty much right on the chat. You jumped on one of mine actually one time, so you make for a good co-host and moderator.
Yeah, I try to keep up with the chats as much as I can. I know a lot of people when you get tied up in the conversation, it's tough to pay attention to the people in the chats when you're conversating on screen. So I know it's tough, but it can be done.
Yeah, the very first live I ever did, well, I did a test live, and then I did a live after that, and I don't even remember what the topic was, but I was such an amateur, so much more of an amateur than I am now, and I had like 140 people in the chat, And that was totally a shit show because I didn't know what to do. Like, I mean, how the hell did I keep up talking to these people and then talk about whatever it was I was talking about? I mean, it was flattering to have that many people, but then I didn't do a live for a while because that completely made me totally gun shy. I mean, I was nervous as hell to ever go back on and do it. So it took a long time till I did it again.
You get a lot of people in your chats. Always.
What do we have in here now?
I'm not sure right now.
24 in here.
That'll jump.
And I only put it in a couple places. I put it in my group, and I put it in Robbie's group, which I'm wearing his shirt right now. And
They're so comfortable.
yeah, they are. Actually, I've got a shirt. I've got a T-shirt under it though because I was wearing a T-shirt and it was sitting over there. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab that and pull it on. So I just threw it over top of my T-shirt. So I'm a little warm actually, but yeah, they're super comfortable shirts.
Yeah, I mod for my cousin's live streams, and he has almost 2 million subs. So
Holy
you want
hell!
to talk about a job? It's a job.
I don't know that I would want to. I don't know that I'd want to do a live stream with that many subs.
He has 2 million subs. He averages 4,000 or 5,000 people in the
Good
watch the live
Lord.
stream or more.
Yeah, see, I don't. That takes it all out right there. Like, I wouldn't find that enjoyable because I mean, like all the people that are in here now, it's like the same old people that you always have, the good old regulars that you can bank on, and then you can actually concentrate on them more than one time. Like, you know, you can actually have a conversation with them. But when it's that many, I mean, it'd be like, oh, there's your comment. Yeah, yeah, nice to see you. Next one, you know, it'd be kind of hard not to be rude.
Right. It's
With
more
that many
I'd
people-
like to see that though.
With
I'd
that
like
many
to see
people,
that though.
the chats probably go so freaking fast.
Yeah,
You don't even see them.
yeah.
Right.
It's like when was it Johnny Drone Flyer does the giveaway with a number and everybody throws the damn
Oh
number
my
up.
God. That's when
It's-
everybody comes out of the woodworks. You don't even know they're there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Free anything.
Take it. I'll
Free
take
anything. They come out of hiding.
Yep.
So one of you guys want to do the honors of do a little roll call and say hey to everybody?
Matt can do it. He loves it.
Matt's good at it. Let's
Yeah, I'll do it.
just break you right on in here.
Dude, I'll start from the bottom. Matt Bagwell, Kirk Chase. Now everybody's showing up. Thank you. Adrian Mateo Drones. You got Tony D, a.k.a. Don Antonio D. Consini. That's a long fucking name. Holy
Yep.
crap. JSK.
Just call him Tony.
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 David Reynolds. Mike Rennick, which crashed his Air 2S today. Oops.
Ouch.
Not good. Yeah, it hit the pavement. It didn't do bad. Greg Pittman, which hopefully Greg's doing okay with everything going on in his life right now. Alexandre Richino. Yeah, I just bombed that name. Hal 9000. Lon Denard. Who the f is that character? Eric Van Nostrad. Johnny Drone Flyers here. Johnny Drone Flyers everywhere. Don, Little Mountain Life. Yeah. Kirk Chase. I think I already said him. I'm going up towards the top now. Phoenix Video. Guido. That's a good name from Amsterdam.
Mhm.
I love it.
He's always here. Always here.
Yeah. Yeah. Phillips. Lakeland, Florida. Hey, you're right down the street from me, bro. I'm like an hour and a half away from you. Philip. Patrick Sutton just showed up. And then Michael Blade FPV. They're going to keep coming. Dude, you get too many people and you'll end up with 70 by the end of the night.
You missed the hard one. The one it took me like up until like 2 lives to finally say the name right.
Akira
Akira show? What's
Akira
wrong with you
Show.
guys?
I call him
Akira show.
Akira.
I would butcher it, but then I get Akira in my head. Akira, and then show.
Yep, Akira
It
Show.
took me a little bit of work. The gears work a little slower here, guys. It's real slow. So
Engineers are more interested in things than they are people. So that's what that's what I tell people. Why don't you like hang out with a lot of people? Yeah, I'm interested in things. I'm not really
I'm the worst name person. Like, especially here where I live, it's a lot of Polish. I mean, just all different types, and they're the hardest names to say. I can't even give you examples. There's hard ones, but I'm Wade. 4 letters, very simple, Wade, and all my friends were just easy, simple. A lot of Irish last names. So
I get some that usually bomb mine, but it's not too bad.
both y'all's are. I mean, I've always said yours right, Cundiff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how you could mess it up, really. Looking at it.
I don't either.
And Lons is easy. That's the whole rules to coming on here. You have to have an easy name.
So much for you, Adrian.
Oh, I didn't even see Adrian Mateo Drones in here. Very nice to see you, buddy. He's popped in a few times. Johnny Drone Flyers in here. I'm just running through in case you missed anybody.
Adrian's a busy man.
Did you get Phoenix Video?
Yeah, he's up towards the top there.
Okay.
I don't know if he...
And then give a shout out to the very first one who beat Don from Little Mountain Life is Dale Briggs.
Yep.
Dale was first in the house. Normally Don's usually my very first one. So, but I just wanted to do this. A thought was to have you guys on to do a, just open chat with everybody in the chat, talk about whatever they want, within reason. I shouldn't say whatever you want, but within reason. And, we'll juggle the idea depending on what you say, but,
I got one already.
What is it?
I'm tired of these imbeciles that pretend to be drone reviewers that can't get simple specifications right and just overlook specs and whatever. It's annoying.
Dude.
Like with the Mavic 3, no one's talking about the mechanical shutter. That's a big deal on a drone that size. And
I have to say one thing about you. I seem to go in the same places you go, and I don't often comment at all. I see you hammering these guys, and I'm like, go, man, go. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. I see you in there like, well, what about this? You didn't talk about this, or, So, yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
It was a big deal, but it's a big deal. When you say something like, well, the Mavic 3 is just a slight improvement on the Mavic 2. I'm like, what? It's a micro Four Thirds.
Well, a lot of people, I think, are just too much. A lot of people are too much rushed to just get out there and talk about the latest and greatest news. Now, I'm going to do it tomorrow and talk about the Evo and stuff like that, but I'm not going to come out there and act like I know it all. I like to get a lot from the people in the chat, but I will say, the one person, Original Dobo, he did a great job. He did really good, kind of saying, hey guys, chill out on the 28th. That's just when they're going. It's not going to be released.
Yeah.
That's just when they're going to be,
It's just an announcement.
We're going to finally get past these leaks and get the actual announcement. But, I mean, he just, he was calm, cool, just, he put out a lot of useful information that I really appreciated. You're not getting that from really anybody else. It's, latest, greatest breaking news. And, I heard it might have this. And I don't like all the alleged and all that. I'm a little uncomfortable doing those kind of things. But I get what you're saying, man.
Right in front of you. I mean, you're literally posting the list from the manual. Okay.
And all the specs are right there. And yet they're still speculating on everything else.
Yeah, major items. That's the part that just really am like, really?
Yeah.
Mechanical shutter is a big deal for a lot.
And you know what? I would say I'm probably guilty of that too. But I mean, I don't deem myself a big like reviewer or anything.
Yeah.
I like to get the product and just I try to make it more of I'm just another guy like you with my drone, and this is what I like to do with it. That's why you're not seeing a whole bunch of features and things like that with me, because I buy to fly. I've always just said I'd buy to fly it, not watch it go by, and unless it's a fly away. But
We're flying up your back porch every time, once around the lake and then back. You know,
I don't know who you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Those are the funniest though, because it is literally straight out. You might get a left turn and then straight back every time. And it's like, and then precision landing is the most important ending.
And you present yourself like you're some kind of professional YouTube drone reviewer. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you, Chris. We've had our
Yeah.
issues, but that's not. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about Matt. I'm not even talking about Ken, because Ken doesn't present himself as some super duper, drone reviewer.
Yeah, you
expert or whatever.
just talk about it, and
yeah. He's
yeah,
like, hey, look,
not
look,
come off like you have a guy on the inside everywhere you go. Like, I mean, the person we're talking about
Right.
always has that person on the inside. Do you
Too
remember
many-
the big
Tony
news flash when he said that he wanted to make a big announcement that he was an official tester for DJI? Do you remember that?
God,
Yeah.
I do.
And then what happened? It's gone. Like,
Was that the one?
what's that?
He did it on his lunch break in the parking lot. Like, he was in
Oh
his car.
God.
He was in his car.
Some people are
Lunch break in
too.
the
Some
parking
people
lot
are
at
too
work.
deep into the articles online. That's all they go by is the articles online.
And it's in that case, it's have 15 groups and steal everything you can from everybody that likes to post first.
Right.
And not give him credit for it half the time. And now he's better giving credit for it because he's been called out so many times and had to do apologies on the next videos. But yeah, I think everybody probably knows who we're talking about, but we don't even need to say the name at this point.
There's a few of them though.
There's several like him to be used as an example. There's several like him. Yes.
And they have
Exactly.
obvious biases where they're either super pro DJI, let's say, or they're super against DJI. And it's just so obvious. And it's
Yeah, there's a few of them out there that do that.
Yeah.
It's-
and it's like they play it down. They could have teleportation and fly for 4 hours straight, and it would be like, it's just, it's just a minor upgrade. It's got X-ray vision.
I'll tell you what.
"Yeah,
How badass does that thing look from the front? Doesn't that look like an Inspire?
What's
the-
that?
what-
The
M3?
3.
Yeah, with the fucking arms going flaring
Those
down
arms are
like
kind
that.
of weird. Like the way the arms go down, but the feet are bowed in. It's kind
Yeah.
of weird. Like I was thinking, are those mechanical? Like will they
That would be
move?
cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they had them flared up so high because of the size of the camera, so it doesn't hit the ground. But
Right.
it definitely looks like an Inspire type design from the front.
Me
Pretty
personally, I think that one's past me. I mean, that's where, like, I was talking to Chad and I was talking to Don, and we were in a group chat, and I just made the comment that's where it starts to become more of a business need, and that's not something I need. Like that's getting up there, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a business style, prosumer
Yeah.
type. I mean, it's not for the average person like me. I mean, at least right now in my life, where I just want it, it's
Right.
not worth it. After 107 and business acquired and all that crap, then that's something to think about. But until then, my Air 2S
Yeah.
does perfectly fine for me.
Well, see, the Air 2S is what ruined it all for me. Once the Air 2 and the Air 2S came out, that's kind of my threshold of favorite. Like anything higher, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like to fly the Evo 2. It's a big old heavy brick, but there's just something special about that mid level. It's just it's just the perfect size. I'm not a huge fan of the minis. I'm not a huge fan of the big boys. that Air 2S is perfect, which
It is to me.
You're
I'm
right.
looking towards that light on the Evo.
The
I wanna see
Evo
what
Light
the
series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that. Yeah, the Mini, I'm with you on the Mini. The Mini can be a little problematic as far as what it'll do and what it won't do. I had the Air 2S yesterday in my pocket.
It'll
walked
fit.
downtown,
Yeah.
pulled it out of my pocket, launched it, flew it around, stuck it back in my pocket, walked around, got some funnel cakes, whatever, and then went back to my car. There's something to be said for that.
If you've got
You know.
cargo pants on, you could throw the Air 2S in one pocket and the remote in the other pocket
Yeah.
without a problem.
No.
And then I take the Evo 2 out and I got to wear my MC Hammer short or pants.
Your parents use V Cavaricci's.
She's a beast. I've always been, and it's always been an interesting drone to me. I couldn't justify spending that much money on it right away for no reason. The Evo series, like the 6K, the Pro. I mean,
This one here, we have to change his name.
Yeah, I know he is Air 2S Army all the way.
That's got to be his name. He's got. I told him today in a comment he made on my channel. I said, "Dude, you have to change your name to Air 2S Army."
He is in my phone book as Air 2S Army, not Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's funny,
That's
dude.
funny.
Yeah, I guess he tried to hand launch his Air 2S today, and the wind caught it and flipped it over on the blacktop. But he said it seems to be fine. Yeah, that sucks. Not cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't doing the gesture to try to.
The Mini 2 can do that. Woo.
Yeah. And the thing is that for the Mavic 3, I get what you're saying about price, but all the reports now, of course, it's still, but it's looking like about, even with the smart controllers, looking like about $2,500.
Well,
Now,
isn't
that sounds like a lot of money, but I'm looking at my FPV drone right now, the DJI FPV drone, and I got easily $2,500.
easily?
Yeah.
And if you buy that Cine kit on the Mavic 3 Pro, comes with all the stupid ND filters, comes with 3 batteries that are supposed to be approximately 40 minutes each, comes with a smart controller, comes with a case, comes with a technically you wouldn't have to buy anything else.
Yeah.
Now
I got $2,000 in my Air 2S.
the smaller package is what, running close to $1,600 is the start out price for the base package.
Yeah, $1,600 for the start, but that's one battery. And,
Yeah,
Are these confirmed prices now?
pretty damn
confirmed.
close.
Yeah, there's several sources that are saying
Good
61.
sources.
Yeah, good sources. Yeah.
Okay.
That
Now-
doesn't mean-
Well, now the
Sure,
Mavic
sure.
3 will have, no matter what package you buy, it will have that Micro Four Thirds sensor on it. Is
Right.
correct?
It's the same drone. Basically, the Cine version has increased internal storage, and it'll
smart
come
controller.
with the version 2 smart controller,
The smart controller.
or the
Yeah.
version 1.5, I call it, because all the specs I see, I'm like,
There's got to be a bigger one coming.
It's not that big of an improvement. The
Right.
screen size is the same. It's
There's-
going to have different internals, which is good. The processor was way past the sell by date. The smart controller,
Apple upgrades.
Yeah.
Basically, smart controllers basically, well, it's more like an iPhone 10 to an iPhone 13, I'd say, just because it's, they've really increased the processor apparently.
I was going to
Really
say better
improved the
processor power. Yeah.
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 But it's still the same
And
size
it's
screen.
32, so
Yeah.
it'll get 15 kilometers now. So there's,
That's-
Mike, did you get bit when it happened? Did it bite him?
Uh-oh. I'm sure it did if it flipped in his hand.
yeah.
I've only had it happen one time with me, and here's what I'm working on now. But it was one of these guys.
Oh,
The
boy.
Xeno 2. This is a 2 Plus, but it was a Xeno 2, and it was one of those deals where it just was off. The barometer was off, and it thought that when it landed, it thought it was still in the air, and it's trying to throttle, and it just wouldn't take my command to go down. Wouldn't take it to go down at all. And the only thing I could do is just pin it down. I had to pin it down because it was going to come up and flip over, and it wasn't my quad; it was somebody else's. So
Yeah.
I pinned it down, and it was butt cold outside. It was so cold, my hands were numb, and that son of a bitch got me. And talk about pain in the cold, man. I mean,
stinger.
I came in the house. Thank God nobody was home because I was just cussing up a storm and screaming. It was right at the start of COVID. I'm bleeding on the person's drone. I was like, oh, this sucks.
Those Xeno 2s are sketchy.
Yeah. I don't like to land any Hubsan product at all. I'll take it and let it land into my hand anytime, because then if I start to hear it rev up or something, I'll grab it and just flip it upside down.
Yeah.
I don't like to land them on the ground. Those suckers, you want to talk about a quad flipping over easy, they'll do it in a heartbeat. So often you'll land and that you look at your height on your app and it's like way off.
Lon froze up. Something happened to his computer. What a beautiful face.
At least he wasn't picking his nose.
Yeah, good point.
Well, going into the chat, because yes, I did say this is about you guys. Let's go up to Matt Bagwell here. And he's definitely getting the Evo Light and probably the Mini too.
Yeah.
So Matt, definitely, if you have a chance tomorrow, anytime we get into the Evo conversation, I'm just gonna kind of skirt it because I don't want to be repeating myself a lot tomorrow, and I do want to kind of make that the focus of tomorrow night show. So Matt, definitely try to come and watch tomorrow, and there's more I want to talk to you about that, but it is good to see that somebody else is getting it. And I know somebody else in here that's getting it. If he wants to speak up and say that he's getting something,
I'm sure I know who you're talking about.
I don't like to call anybody out and tell on them in case it's a surprise, but there's a few people actually I know that are getting it. But
when it comes to the light series, I don't know. I mean, I have the Air 2S. Do I need to spend the money on a Autel with the same? I don't know. I don't think I should.
My interest in the Lite versus the Air 2S is just to have, if it does work out to be to where it is pretty damn close in compatibility. I like to see that, to have the two. Like I had with the Evo 2, I also had the Mavic Pro or Mavic 2 Pro.
Yep.
And I enjoyed the difference between the two. Now, the Mavic 2 Pro I still said was better and flew better, but that's the one I sold. I kept the Evo 2. That's got a little more special meaning to me, but I like the difference in how it flies, not like a DJI.
Yeah.
It's a little more clunky. I mean, well, I mean, once you dial it all in, as far as your what do you call them for your sticks? What do you call that?
Your Expo. Your
Gain
Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you dial all that in, it's a lot better. But without it, everything at 100% versus DJI, everything at 100%, a huge difference. I mean, it's a little clunkier.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy flying it, and that's what I look forward towards the Lite versus the Air 2S.
Unfortunately, you get a lot of people that will say, I mean, it is true, DJI flies just phenomenal, but it's hard to compare to the way DJI's flight characteristics are. If there's somebody like me or you, we fly multiple companies, different quads.
Yeah.
They're not all going to be the same. I mean, that's just
and that's exactly what I was getting at. That's what I like.
Yeah. It's different is not a bad thing.
Right.
You know, I mean, even this fruitcake freaking Xeno or this Fimi X8 2020, the stupid gimbal drives me crazy, but I love the way it flies. I like flying it.
I think that one flies actually really good, but
too.
Like you said, gimbal drives you nuts.
That's the only thing that keeps it in the case. It's sitting in its case. It hasn't flown in months because, and I'm gone down the FPV hole, but that's another story.
But now you can get a 2022, Matt,
with a smart controller
and an even crazier gimbal, probably.
And I got railed in the Fimi Facebook groups because I said I think it was absolutely stupid that they put the same camera sensor size on. But it's just me. A 1/2-inch sensor in 2022? Yeah. If it was a mini drone, that's one thing, but they're coming out with a full-size drone. I just don't think the 1/2-inch sensors are where it's at anymore.
No.
A little bit bigger, maybe. But, I mean, they're not upgrading. They're upgrading what the hell are they upgrading on the 2022?
I don't know. It has zero interest to me. It has zero interest to me because I know it's just I feel like Fimi's struggling, and I feel like this is their best attempt.
Yeah.
In a situation they're probably in, it's probably all they can do.
Yeah, God, put obstacle avoidance on it or something. I mean, shit.
Exactly. And that's what people are looking for.
And they're not. It's just,
Do you know drones? It'd be good to have me on your podcast. Feel free to message me. I have never been on anybody's podcast. That would be a first for me.
You'd be perfect for a podcast, Chris.
I would not mind doing a podcast. That would be very cool. That would be very cool. So, Yeah. I'll message you. Is your email address on your channel? Let me know, and I'll email you from that.
Do
If
you know
not, I think
drones?
I
I don't.
don't think this is the first time I've even seen him in the chat.
I've never seen him before. I'm gonna look him up on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I got to find out who you are first, because you could be anybody.
Here he goes. Do you know
But I
drones?
really do appreciate the invite, and yeah, that is something I would be interested in doing.
204 subs, 54 videos. Yeah, cool. I subbed you, bro. Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. He does podcasts. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Somebody new. Beautiful thing. Bob
When did-
Casey. What's up, buddy?
When did he start his channel? Because I don't remember seeing him, unless he was something else and then changed it.
I don't think I've ever seen him before. It's always good to see new people.
Lon, I have a face for podcasts.
Oh, that he does. There ain't no, there ain't no
I have the
mistake in that.
perfect face for a podcast. Oh shit.
Sick puppy. Joined May 12th of 2020.
Yeah, I'll get in touch. I'll get in touch with you. What's your name there? Do you know drones? If you don't mind sharing. There was one other one now that shot up, and if you see anybody that pops up, just holler at me.
Yeah, man. So I can see you doing the reviews on the Light and the Nano. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to buy both.
Don't assume.
No, well, I know how that works.
Here's where this is what I'm going to jump into tomorrow. There's no reason for me to jump into both, basically.
Good point.
But doesn't mean I won't have both eventually. So
True.
we'll leave it at that. But on the talk about how the Evo flies and everything, I think that's what this one is from Bob Casey. They do fly a little different. Doesn't go up or down as fast as a Air 2S. I think he was saying
Yeah,
that to Dale.
somebody had made a comment about their Air 2S and their Air 2 fly differently, which
Yeah.
they do.
I
in a way.
I didn't notice a whole huge difference because I just haven't been giving my poor Air 2S the fly time it deserves.
It's really just the speed. The
yeah.
speed is the main thing. It's just faster. But
But this is always the big bonus with Autel. No restrictions is a plus. I really enjoy that part of it, and I just hope that doesn't change. Now I know we get the alerts now. I haven't flown it since they've put those alerts. I've updated it.
Yeah.
It's fully updated, but
I hear it's only
I've
in
just
some
been-
countries that they're nailing the geozones down. It's not here yet, but I have a feeling with remote ID,
If you're
it's probably coming.
If you're putting it there and with remote ID coming, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. You hit it.
Yeah, it's probably coming.
Yep.
I mean,
And it
I can
sucks.
understand, there's a lot of 107 pilots out there, commercial drone pilots, that it gets annoying having to unlock, and especially if you can't fly in a spot where you're doing work and you can't fly.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem unlocking DJI's geozones, and I live right next door to an international airport, and I can unlock here if I wanted to.
Mhm.
I've done it before. I just can't fly here. I've never had a problem with it, but I can understand the frustration from some people with it. Lon does 107 work, and he never has an issue. But I feel it's coming. I think it's going to come with every drone, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like, I was going through a bunch of old files of early day flying, like fisheye flying. Fisheye 720, and getting a 1080 was huge, But I was just thinking, wow, what a different world. Because back then, you weren't thinking about anything but going out and flying. You didn't have to worry about a registration number, didn't have to worry about having items in your wallet, didn't have to worry about, as some people do, which I don't, a checklist and all that kind of stuff. Just completely different world.
Yep.
I can't stand it the way it is now.
I came into it when about 5 years ago now, and it was where all the rules were starting to kick in more and more and more. So I'm kind of used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you old school guys, where you came back from, through the RC world, you didn't have all that. I can understand that being a pain in the ass, and it
I remember
is.
you made model airplanes that half the time never came back. The RC back then that worked with these model airplanes, goodbye. I mean, they were gone. They matched every radio frequency around you. And then I was really big into rockets, and I'd buy the biggest size motor I could get for that rocket that I built. And half the time you'd see that rocket, and God knows how far up it went, but you'd never see it again. And then you just make a new one. But
see, now if that happens, I'd cry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, because we were making these out of toilet paper rolls and
Yep.
balsa wood, and you just got creative, and you got so good at it you could make rockets. Like, I remember what started me in rockets was middle school, in one of the arts class that I was in. It was more of a like building arts or whatever, but crafts or whatever. But one of the assignments was we all make a rocket, and then we'd all go out of the school out to the baseball field. We'd fire off our rockets. So I made mine. He let me make mine with an aluminum pipe, and they supplied us with already made like plastic nose cones where your parachute was tied onto and all that. And shot mine up from the baseball field. All the school buses were pulled up waiting towards the end of the day to pick all the kids up, and it was like last period. So I shot my rocket up, parachute shot out, wasn't attached to the rocket anymore, and it went off on its own. Rocket comes down, and it went right through the top of the school bus.
Oh,
a
shit.
hole directly through it. And that woman come running out of that school bus into the field like she had no idea what was going on.
See, back then though, it wasn't that big of a deal.
I got
Now-
yeah.
now
I mean,
you
I
do
didn't.
that,
I
it's
got
like-
in the school yearbook for that one.
I wouldn't
Oh,
mind
he's
getting in
back.
the yearbook on that one.
Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, it was a different world. You could do anything back then, and no airplane incidents, no problems with airports or anything like that.
Nope.
And that's the whole thing too, with where I'm so sick of, like, I feel like there's just too much overreach, and I understand people that want to do this and make money and stuff. I don't consider having a YouTube channel a business. It's not a registered business name or anything for me. It does not have a tax ID number. I don't like all this overreach, and that's what one of the things where it's just a completely different frickin' world. It's almost like they're just overdoing it and getting too greedy. Let the hobbyist be a hobbyist, and let the locals deal with me if I'm creating any problems. Which
Exactly.
if you guys see, I'm pretty much always at the reservoir. There's nobody out there.
Nobody
There's
there. It's
Nobody
just-
out there.
Open flying. It's difficult here in the city. I mean, I can do it, but there's always someone, always
Yeah.
somebody. What is that, and why are you watching us? I'm not watching you, bro. You're not
Yeah.
that freaking interesting.
You want to come over and look at the footage? You're going to see how little of you I can actually see when I'm up there in the air.
Yep.
Well, just to be the devil's advocate, popping in here, I can see it from both sides. The first ready to fly drone I ever bought was the Parrot AR-1, and then I had 2 kit drones before that. So I understand.
The first one you got was what?
The first ready to fly was the Parrot AR-1,
Oh, okay.
the AR drone 1.0, and as far as that goes, it's a SEMA, an old SEMA drone. But I get what everybody's saying, but they don't make rules for guys like you, Chris, or guys like you, Matt. They make laws for the 3 knuckleheads that got their drones confiscated at the airport last month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were all tails, weren't they? What
Well,
happened?
2 of them were Autels, and one was a 3DR Solo.
Yeah, I heard about that
And
from you.
the one guy literally flew. I told the story several times now. The one guy literally flew the drone up to the plane to try to get a picture of his daughter going to visit her grandma on the first plane trip. Okay, and he was trying to get her waving out the window with a drone from the observation area. Okay, and it's just, and I'm not saying everybody's like that, but see, everybody has to understand. Someone can walk into Best Buy or Walmart, buy a drone that'll fly 3 or 4 or 5 miles away, you know,
Mhm.
control, and without any kind of anything. If they pay cash, you don't even know their names.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just there has to be something. I just don't think that the marketing strategy of, hey, you can fly our drones anywhere and do whatever you want. I'm not sure that's winning strategy.
Yeah. Yeah.
For all tell. It'll work for a while, but
This comment here from Bob, my point on this one, or my theory on this one from the very start was, okay, so people may not register, and I mean, I see it all the time. I work on all these drones that come to me, no registration sticker whatsoever. Maybe some are taking them off before they send them to me to work on, but I'm thinking a lot of them just don't put a registration sticker on them. So then they bring out this trust, knowing that a lot of people just aren't, they know there's way more people out there flying drones than are registered. Let's do a really simple test that everybody knows they can pass, don't have to pay a dime for, don't have to label your quad for, and you get this nifty little thing to carry in your wallet or take a picture with on your phone or what have it. But I think that right there is just a head count. That's all that is. It's a head count. How many people are out here for like the hobbyist flyer?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got to take it, but it gives them a really good head count as to how big of a picture are we looking at here compared to how many are registered. That's
The question
my theory
is how
on
many
it.
people know about it. Because a lot of people, the average consumer that walks into, like Lon says, Walmart and buys a drone, have no idea what trust test even is.
and all that should have to be, all these drone brands should have to have this on the box now.
Should be part a while back when I was talking with Sean Oz about that, and they said it should be a pamphlet in every box about that or some sort of recreational rules before you can even fly the damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, it should have something that takes you to the FAA website, to the right spot on that website. QR codes to lead you straight to the test. Make it as simple as possible for just anybody to go. And now, first, you got to get people to actually take that thing and actually open it and look inside of it, because most don't do that either. But exactly right as far as how many know about it. I mean, if you're not in these groups on Facebook, you don't know about it probably.
you could put it on the manufacturer, but
Yeah.
there's already so many complaints I'm going to be the DJI fanboy in the group here, since, but
You're not the only one.
Yeah, they're gonna, you have to register your DJI. So technically, DJI could direct you to, the website to take the trust test if they wanted to, and but people are already complaining about DJI's overarching, stuff. So I can't see them adding one more thing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're probably reluctant to add one more, granny thing to their list, so to speak. So.
And he's correct too. Do you prefer Don or Tony? But because on Facebook, I think I go by Don with him, or Don with him. I'm not sure, but
Don is like his magic. Don is god dang, a supernumerary. It's not like Mister, like El Jefe, like Patron, like
okay.
His Majesty.
Tony is
like
fine.
Don Corleone.
His name is
was
Bill.
Don.
But his name is Bill.
Totally different direction.
You're a Don. You're a Don. It's mean, Lord, like Lord Antonio de Cartini.
I gotta tell you, the people that say screw it, that just don't want to do it, I think is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Well, I mean, now that you are
easy.
having cops and stuff come up to you, and if that's all you gotta do is show that, okay,
Dude,
big deal.
Come on.
Big deal.
The damn thing, you can't fail it. It takes freaking 5 minutes out of your life.
I always
just do
joke in all the groups when people talk about taking it, and I'm like, yeah, take it. I'm on my 25th try.
Yeah.
I'm still trying. I've only failed 25 times, and you wouldn't believe how many people take me serious in that. They're like, really, dude, like
Goofy.
you're an idiot. And I just keep going with it. Like, oh, look, I'm trying. I'm getting close. One more, I'll beat it.
But he's correct. Ignorance of the law, which is, I know some people that are like that are fighting me because I think it's absolute
Mark's got
BS.
a good one here. I mean, all you need to do is have the app require it. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but yeah, I mean, that's one way of getting it.
Well, a
But
one-time
then
shot, that wouldn't be bad at all.
And that gets into the deal of people so concerned about their personal information. It's already out there, guys. If you're flying and you have a smart device, your information is out there.
Oh yeah, one way or another, it's being picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got all these stupid. I can't even say the big store we all buy from online. AMZ. They have their devices that you speak to say turn on this light, turn off that light, or buy this or buy that. Well, I swear they're listening to every freaking word I say, because I'll be talking about this such and such, and then next thing you know, when I go into their website, what's popping up is what I talked about like a day ago, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's pretty weird. And I've got one behind me. I've got the screen, and it lights up as soon as I walk in the room. Boy, it's like, hello.
You're being tracked.
I mean,
you're being
I'm
tracked.
not sitting here. I'm not sitting here talking to myself, giving out my account numbers and all that. So I mean, if some things they might not want to hear.
Yeah, I'm always in the middle of these things. If you didn't know, I'm a libertarian, so I'm all about as little regulation as possible. But I'm not stupid enough to believe that people on their own devices will make the right choices. Okay.
But you don't fight it either. Like, you don't fight it and say, well, I'm not going to do a smartphone. I'm not going to do Facebook. I'm not going to do this because of all this information they're getting from me. I mean,
there's just way too much freaking thought into that. My God.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't, and I'm not doing, I'm just careful with what I put on there as far as accounts and things like that. And so.
Yeah, if you have something to lose by it, that's a different story. But I mean, shit.
And don't answer all the Facebook posts that say, what's your favorite color? What was your first car you drove when you got your driver's license? And, and then next week, the people that are answering those, sorry, my account got hacked. I answer them, but I always go in there and, like, I've got this one emoji. It's this guy. He's very flamboyant with a fishing pole, and he's doing a little dance. And I always put that emoji out there, or whatever, that GIF out there, because they're fishing. And or I'll just put a smart ass comment as my answer, but I never give like actual facts. I don't know how they manage getting passwords out of some of those things, but apparently they do.
Well, if you don't have your password, they make you answer a secondary question, like where did you meet your wife, or what was your dog's name, your childhood pet's name, or what was your high school mascot, or whatever. So if you start dishing out all that kind of information,
I pick some of the most bizarro passwords that even I forget them half the time.
I have to write mine down.
Yeah,
I write all mine down on a piece of paper, and I've got it in my wallet. I have to.
Yeah.
Try LastPass. A lot of people like LastPass. It organizes all your passwords automatically.
Oh, see, I don't want to put all my passwords out there on something though.
Yeah, I'm concerned about what if they get hacked? I get that.
Anybody could be hacked.
They're like, oh, there's no VPN. I'm like, yeah, but what happens when you get hacked?
Right. Well, one time I just went into my notes on my iPhone and started putting my passwords with like such and such bank and my passcode, such and such Amazon and my passcode. Damn it, I said the word. Shut up. But after I was like halfway through it, I'm like, what if my phone gets hacked, or what if somebody gets into my phone? It's all right there, and then they click on the apps and they can go and use those passwords. So I deleted it out of my notes. Who wants a sticker of what? Where do I get a sticker?
He had made a comment earlier, Kurt, about he had his. I'll read it to you. I don't give a shit. My first drone registered, but that drone is broken and hanging on my wall of shame. All my other drones, no reg. So I asked him, I said, why not? It's just a sticker. You might as well just put it on the drone, man. Make it legal. And he said, where do I get a sticker? So I was going to tell him, you can get them from Amazon. Actually, Pilot Institute is giving out free registration stickers right now. 107, or not 107. Free FAA registration stickers if you sign up for them.
Okay.
They send them out free. I have them somewhere. And
Decal Girl will print you some.
Decal Girl does it too. Yep, absolutely.
If you work in an office, or if you work somewhere that has an office, I guarantee you they have a label maker.
Yeah, I do the. I forgot who the company is now. I don't know. I forgot who it is. Which one do I have it on? I have it on a couple. Yeah, I have it on.
There's a bunch of them though.
But yeah, I mean, it's got my phone number on there. I'm gonna put my finger over that part, but it's got my phone number on there. For if found, please call, and it's got my FAA number on there, and it's from Tag My Drone.
Yeah, Amazon has a similar, and they have one that comes with a little ID card that you can put in your wallet, which I did get. I also did get the Trust Test one. It was only $9. The hard card from Amazon. What the hell?
Right.
Well, it sits in my wallet, but yeah, Pilot Institute, you go on and you sign up, and they give you a sticker that's got your number, your phone number, your registration number, your the expiration date, and it's free. So
everybody call Matt real quick. Everybody right now call Matt.
I don't answer numbers I don't know anyway, so I don't give a shit. You can call me all you want.
Mine I learned during lives to put mine on Do Not Disturb, because people did like to mess with me that knew my phone number while I was doing a live, and I would get all like trying to look at my phone at the same time. So like, I think it was you, Maddie. Yeah, when you said when you were sick, you said I'll go ahead and come on. That's why I didn't see your message, because I just put it on to Do Not Disturb.
Just straight out ignored.
Joel, what are we talking about? We're talking about anything you want to talk about. So trying to just carry on the conversation that the chats bring up. And there's one I'm going to pull up that what does the panel think about the possibility of a DJI Mini 3? Mine's a real quick, fast one. It's a given.
It's a given. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's probably already in production.
Mini 4 and a Mini 5, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean...
The one thing I can tell you about the Mini 3 is I can almost guarantee you it'll have some sort of obstacle avoidance sensors on it. Question is, what camera? Who knows?
And the more they're packing into these, the more I'm least interested, because and it's I'm just not a big person on obstacle avoidance, so
I don't even use mine.
Everything I buy has obstacle avoidance, and the only one that I care about having it is the Skydio 2. Because I use it for that purpose, because it is just a brilliant quad for that. But the other ones, you can't trust them enough to go running through trees or anything like that. And they're going to lose you if they even track you at all. So
there is no perfect.
I stay away from that. In a mini with, right here, this guy right here, the damn Xeno Mini
Pro
with its sensors. What does that bring? It doesn't matter if it's Hubsan, and Lon's going to be chiming any minute now. It doesn't matter what company makes it. The more we're packing into here, they're all going to heat up. It's just a matter of who does it better, who has the best processor that can handle these things.
Yeah.
This one gets pretty freaking hot, and it's right here. You cannot put your finger right here on this spot when it heats up, and it will burn.
Oh, no, it's not that hot. No. I touched it. They go like this. They go.
Everybody goes right here. Everybody goes right here over top of the sensors and the LED, and it's not even lukewarm. Go right here on the sides. Go tickle her on her sides.
Touch the actual heat sink.
Yeah, I mean it's hot. It's hot. I've made videos with it, and I have such little interest in publishing them, but I'm going to put out my videos where I was doing the update, where I was doing the calibrations, and then I take this and I shoot right onto that spot where your finger is going to touch. Now, people can say, well, you picked the hottest spot on there. Well, damn right I picked the hottest spot, but it's right here where your finger's going to touch. So, I mean, naturally, I'm going to pick the hottest.
I give Hubsan credit for trying to be the first one under 249 with all that.
Absolutely.
But they pushed it way too damn quick. There's just too much to iron out.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird.
Especially for the price.
So weird. You got to calibrate the obstacle avoidance when you get it. I mean, every other company does that. There's videos all online where Skydio's doing it. DJI
well, not only that, somebody did have a video on about how to remove a piece of tape.
Right.
You have to remove the gimbal, take out this piece of tape that causes GPS interference.
Right.
That video has been removed now, though.
I wonder.
Really?
I wonder.
You can say his name all day. You can say his name all day. I call him the terrorist or the cockroach, but
we're guests. We're allowed to.
Everybody else tests. Do you believe for a minute that Hubsan tests these drones before they go out?
Oh no. That's why you're calibrating it when you get it.
No shit.
How could you believe that? Every other company, they run every drone. When you get a DJI, Autel, Skydio, whatever, if you look in the records, you can see the flight where they took it on a test flight. They test fly every single drone before it leaves the factory. Every single one.
Yep.
Hey, do you believe Hubsan does that?
Not a chance.
No.
Please.
They're no.
No, they can't. I hope not.
No, because if they are, there's a problem.
There's a serious problem if somebody tested all these drones and they went
and then sent them out like this.
Right. Well, I mean, the fact that it's brand new and the person takes it out a couple flights and I've already got it messing with it and working on it.
Yeah, no shit.
Which I still haven't really been able to nail it.
It doesn't make any sense. I hate I don't like that dude either. I was making Quran quotes to him for a few about quotes from the Quran about lying and being dishonest and being dishonest. But anyway,
Oompa Doompa.
What I tried reading
Oompa
that.
Doompa doodity.
I'll tell you what though, he got that stupid V-copter.
He's got that V-copter.
Part of that video.
And that video. That video is no different than any other where I don't know what's going on. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I wished for. I'm so happy. Oh, two props makes it.
You need to keep watching because I'm going to tell you about these projects I have coming up. But don't look at that. It's a bike-copter. I've always wanted a bike-copter. Look at it. It flies. Whoa. Look at that. It goes around and then it flies. And then look at the maneuverability.
Can always count on Lon. Always count on Lon.
Well, the tracking is not the best.
Now, you guys realize that we're defaming him right now?
Shit happens.
We are defaming him right now.
Oh.
That's what I'm going to hear.
I love it when he said
Chris did you see Chris on his channel defaming me? You're not famous. You're famous for being a sellout and a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Call me asshole.
It's cool. This guy.
I would love to have him come on as a guest.
It was cool that he had one. I'll give him credit for that.
When he lives in China, what do you expect? He's going to get it.
Yeah, but
of course, yeah. And
what's your
it looked like it was flying. You know what?
What's your whole thoughts on that? What's your whole thoughts on that copter? Like my concern for that copter being so much gear driven to make it work is going to be the longevity of it.
More issues still happen. That's all it is more problems.
And I want to see that baby in wind.
On top of that, they waited 2 years to release it, so all of the freaking tech in that thing is old, including the camera. They're running a camera that was ran on a Mavic Pro. It's not up to par.
Yeah.
But
I was in on the very beginning when you put your $100 deposit to reserve it down.
Yeah.
COVID came, and then I was like, this isn't going to happen. I waited long enough, and we're not seeing any promise whatsoever. And I was actually thinking I'm just going to lose $100, and I canceled, and it was next day refunded. So I mean, they were real quick and good about it. So
yeah. Hey, I
than
mean, it's a
that.
cool design. You know, it's
It's a
different.
very cool design, but I don't think longevity is going to be good with all that much gear work.
Nah.
And then I worry about it. I would worry about that in the wind totally, because you've got 4 props holding your, every access point to keep you
Yeah.
stable. You got the 2. They're working real hard with those gears to pitch those props on the arms. You can't tell me it's not going to be kind of swinging around.
I wouldn't
My
be
my kind
surprised.
of winds are pretty heavy out here, so I would love to try one out for that, but I just really don't think that would be a great drone. Or
It's hard to say. I've ridden in an Osprey, and the Osprey is very similar in the general idea of that. And then, a lot of the VTOL drones are similar in that as well. Where, they take off, vertical takeoff, and then they fly like a plane.
Yeah.
But they're not constantly doing this. And that's the difference. And what
you
you're
like that,
No.
Robbie? Give Robbie his little.
Yeah.
Thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Got the back and all.
But hey, it looked like it flew. At least it didn't have to calibrate
Oh, yeah.
anything or whatever. At least the obstacle avoidance worked out of the box.
Well,
The traction
according
was a little meh.
according to him, the yawing was way on
Better
par.
than DJI.
DJI's
and-
sluggish, got sluggish yawing.
But that's the ones that they make that assumption, like they make that command right in the very beginning, like right the very first flight. Oh, it's better than this. It's better than no. Let's see you take it off the pavement. Go over that water. Go far out. Take it farther out. I mean, you can
Yeah,
go a
and where
lot
was the
farther
footage?
than where you're flying.
And where was the footage from all those quick yaws too? I like he didn't show the footage from those quick yaws.
Nope.
I
Yeah,
like to
that's
see
true.
What those quick yaws look like in the footage.
Yeah, we were kind of seeing a little bit of this and a little bit of this, a little bit of this. That's all we
A
were
little bit of
seeing.
this. Woo, woo. He didn't show any footage from that, and then he goes, "Well, I didn't buy it to be a camera drone, I bought it just to fly." Hey, well, fair enough. If that's your mindset and your point of view, then it's probably an awesome drone, quite frankly. If it'll fly for 45, 50 minutes or whatever, like they claim, if it'll he lost signal like 300 meters or something.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
wasn't that much.
Yeah, he lost signal like 300 or 400 meters. So,
Quadcopters
My whole
have
thing with
more
that
motors for a
drone
reason.
is just the wow factor of trying out the 2 prop flyer, and from there it really doesn't have any more to give than anything else I have. And like you said, Maddie, older tech, it's what two years behind its original date. So I mean,
Yeah.
video quality did not look bad, but is it actually from that? Did he have to stay still with that? If I'm out there flying around and coming down, close to things, is there going to be any jello into it? Is that gimbal shaking around? So yeah.
yeah, you never know. I mean, I like the idea of trying this. I'm all about it. When the Typhoon H came out, I was like, huh,
Yeah.
5 props, you say? Huh. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
The 3 prop drone. I can't remember the name of it right now, but someone came out with a 3 propper a while back, and I was like, huh, that's pretty interesting. It didn't go anywhere, but it was an idea, and I'm like, hey.
Well, the
I'm all
hexacopter,
open to different
the 6-bladed, the 6 props on the Typhoon H. I mean, did they have it first, or was it the Matrice, the bigger Matrices that had it? No, it was 6.
Typhoon H is 5. Am I wrong?
Hexacopter.
Am I
Hexacopter.
wrong?
No, it was
I could be wrong.
sick.
It's been years.
It was
It was-
6
It was 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll fly with 5. Is that what it was?
Yes, if one went down, it would fly with 5.
Okay, my mistake. You're right.
Yep.
My
Yeah,
mistake.
which is pretty cool because
It
if
wasn't
one,
even number. It feels like there was somebody had one with 5, but yeah, whatever. That's
They may
another-
have.
another question.
Robbie says I should design my own drone and call it Lucky Strike. Oh.
that was a good one, Rob.
It took me a little bit.
That was
I
a
even
good
read it before, and it didn't. Not until I saw the word strike.
Yeah, four props. Signify. Strike 1, strike 2, strike
Well,
3, strike
yeah,
4.
it's not left prop. It's going to be strike 1, strike 2. The props are all going to be numbered.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I'm all about competition though. I'm like, because people think I'm a DJI fan, but I was a Parrot fanboy. That was the company I was a fanboy of. Because like I said, I made a couple kits to begin with. I built kits, and I hated DJI. Their kits were always garbage. You had to do all kinds of extra work that wasn't in the instructions.
Yeah, it took you a while to get into DJI. I remember you saying that in somewhere else I was listening.
Mine was the Spark. I was all into the other grades. Like I was with Unique, their Breeze, and then their Q500 4K, and then I was with Hubsan, and it took a while. And then I went with Autel, the X-Star Premium, and that shit left a taste in my mouth that I couldn't handle. So when I dumped that, the Spark was my DJI start. And they're just too reliable. I can't go in and do
I went straight for the Mavic Pro, and I never liked anything about the Spark, and I am never going to have a small drone. Little did I know that's exactly where everything was going, and I thought that Mavic Pro was the perfect size. That's the only drone I'm going to.
It was revolutionary, man.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I avoided the Mavic Pro. I went the GoPro Karma. In fact, I had the Q500. I had the.
I had that 500 and got rid of it as soon as I had it.
That was my
Best Buy in a week.
That was my first big camera drone.
I'm like, we're right back to Best Buy, But I tried the X-Star Premium. I gave them a try, and that's why I have a problem with Autel. I'm gonna have a hard time getting over Autel too, because I would call them. Hey, when are we going to fix this? Oh, it's coming, sir. They'd answer the phone. They're so super nice. They're so super duper nice.
Just never came.
When are we going to fix it? Oh, they're working on it. They're working on it. I hear in the next couple weeks, this and that. Just be patient. We're working on it. Okay, great. And then all of a sudden you call one day, no answer. They just dropped off the face of the earth and left everybody hanging with that stupid.
Stop selling the batteries. Then they stopped customer support.
Yep.
And I had 7 batteries. Every one of them would go from 100 to 60 to critical land within 5 minutes. And I had nowhere to buy batteries from. Nowhere.
Yep.
So I gave it.
For the Best Buy.
I gave it up.
Yep. They went whack, just like that. I gave the X-Star Premium away. A friend of mine that wanted to get into drones. I was like, oh, here.
Everybody name your very first drone, even if it's something we've never ever heard of. Your very, very first drone. Mine was the Hubsan. No, I'm sorry, it was a SEMA. I don't even remember the model number. It was a tiny little wonky thing you could fly around the house and bounce off all the walls. And
I had the Striker made by who the hell was the toy company? It was a Striker. It was the white one that looked like a SEMA. No altitude hold, none of that. It was bought for me and my son as a Christmas gift 5 years ago from my mother. My son never got his hands on it. I was all over it. I broke it, and that's what started the whole revolution. That was mine.
Chad B was JJRCX12.
I still have some of my I still have a bunch of my toy grade. My Hubsan Zeno original still hanging on my wall. Yeah.
Dude, I have 10 501s.
There's
all piled up.
Speaking of that, I have mine now bound to my my jumper FPV drone or FPV radio. I bound it. I still have my 501 SS. One battery. I only have one battery for it, but I still have it. I bought that drone because of you.
I hate to hear that.
Yep, I know it.
I can't stand hearing that. It's
I bought that drone, and then the Hubsan Zeno, the original Zeno, I bought pre-order, and I got in the beginning just like a lot of other people, and I rode that one out through all its firmwares and all of its bull crap, and I mean, whatever.
Here's a great one to have as your very first drone. Holy heck! I mean,
that's a hell of a drone.
I still have mine. I have the Anafi FPV, which has the newer style arms. That thing, I will never get rid of that quad. Love that quad.
Yep.
And we got
yeah. Oh God, you still have
that's
that
the styrofoam, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What was your max wind? What was your max wind you could do with that one?
2 miles per hour, probably. Well, they had another body kit that got rid of it. I still have that too. And you flew it without this.
And they're brushed, right?
Oh yeah, I'm very brushed. And your gears. They got the gears.
Yeah, remember everything was brush motors. Holy heck.
Yeah. There's the gear. See, it was gear driven.
Yep.
The motors had a spline on it, and it drove the gear to turn the props.
And you get grass in them and everything else.
No GPS. No GPS.
See,
Old
Rob,
school.
Rob's first drone was Air 2. See, you didn't have it hard, buddy.
Yeah, Rob.
I tell you.
Yeah.
You didn't have it hard. You had it easy.
That's the company, WL Toys. That's where
501 was a good one to start with.
What the hell is that?
Ultrasonic sensors. That's all it had to keep it hovering.
Yep.
And how well were those?
Ah,
Trust me. The foam has got this was like my fourth set of foam. Trying to fly it indoors was a nightmare.
I want to tell Rob I wasn't picking on you saying you had it too easy, but I really encourage you to go out and just buy a piece of shit drone.
oh yeah. Good luck.
Because if this is your first drone, you don't know what you missed.
Oh,
I
God. And I spent so much
Talking about
money.
struggle.
So
Yes.
much money in these toy grades, always spending so much money on these goofy little toy GPS drones, and didn't
was the
realize
one-
what I was.
What was the one that looks like a ladybug? I don't know that one.
The one that looks like a ladybug.
I
What the
bought a
hell?
lot
I know
of
that
these
one.
little deals too, like these little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a ton of these.
Now Hubson made some good little ones like that. Like
Yeah.
I thought I had some out. I don't have them out
Yeah, 5 or
now.
6 of these.
They're over there, but
My favorite mini
they made
phone
some
was
good
the
ones.
Parrot, the Rolling Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Parrot had 5 or 6 of these. That they
Oh,
put out,
yeah.
too. These are awesome. Actually, this will fly right now. You know?
I got the little Tello for indoors for flying around the house, trying to get the kids to get on that, get them out of the freaking house.
Holy Stone is one I always stayed away from. Never went that way. I have been offered so many free Holy Stone drones to do reviews. Notice I don't do reviews. I don't do reviews on any drone anybody offers me because I just you get offered crap. You know, DJI
And then they
is
get
not
pissed
knocking on my
off
door.
when you make a bad review.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bebop 1, that's a good one to start with.
I had a Bebop 1. In fact, I went in to buy the Bebop 2, and that's when the 3DR Solo was at Best Buy. And I juggled the two. I ended up buying the 3DR Solo.
I'll sell you a Bebop 2. Never flew it. I did. I flew it one time. That was it, one time. And I liked it, but it's like my 501s. I like them too, but I just don't go to them.
No, I haven't flown mine in God knows how long. I paired it to my FPV radio and never flew it. I paired it just for fun.
Yeah, I crashed the Bebop 1, and then, like I said, I was going into Best Buy to buy the Bebop 2 with a Sky controller and the goggles. They had a kit. It was like $1,200 or something at the time. People think the drones are expensive now, too. That's the other funny thing. The 3DR Solo was stupid.
Oh. Yeah.
When it first came out, it was like $1,000 for the drone. Then
I
you
wish
paid another $400 for the
I wish they were still making batteries for that and you didn't have to do the battery mod.
Right.
Because I've still
What's
got
that?
two of them.
400. See, the drone was $800 or $900. Now I think about it. The gimbal was $400. The batteries were like $200. And it took a GoPro. So you had to buy a GoPro that was like $400 or
Yeah.
Talking about the 3DR Solo?
Yeah. So by the time
No.
you walked out of Best Buy, man, you were in for almost $2,000.
And now you can't get
You had to have a couple
200.
batteries and a
Yeah,
gimbal
they're
and a
I
camera.
hear their shit. Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, I absolutely loved it. And my batteries will still charge, but I'm not going to put that monster up in the air and then a cell go out and then
Have
it's
it-
gone.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about for a big quad, you want to talk about fast. Holy
Heavy.
shit. And
I
you
had
wake
70
up the
miles per
I
hour.
mean, I was back then I was flying it out over the neighborhood and it sounded like I had a weed whacker up in the sky and as soon like you're flying and as soon as you just gun it back it's like wah! I mean, it was loud.
Yup.
I love that thing. Loved it.
It was
See what Patrick-
unreliable.
See what Patrick put in there? J Turd's drawing winner flies the Holy Stone. Yeah. I remember.
That's
Hey,
right.
I was in that drawing. Yay, I won a Holy Stone. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't in that shit. You're crazy.
Yeah,
That's right. He
3DR
was a big
Solo.
holy. He was a big Holy Stone person.
Yeah, for the time period, the 3DR Solo was a decent drone, but it was problematic. It was another one. You know, as soon as you got it, you had to change out the GPS model. You know, if you didn't want to lose GPS because it was problematic, or you put a piece of cardboard in there, you know, because the way they designed it, the GPS would get blocked by the cover, so you had to get in there and modify it. Get the GPS.
Well, I updated the GPS in one of mine. The other one I left the stock.
The MRO GPS.
Yeah, and it actually came with a cutout, and it was thin. It was thin. It wasn't thick cardboard.
Yep.
It was. I guess that was the black board, and the stock one was the blue board. Yeah.
Yep.
And it came with a little cutout. You put it in there first. It very good instructions. Told you exactly what to do. And I mean, that's the other thing with 3DR is that you can't implement other parts, and it's like a plug and play type deal almost. I mean,
right.
They were definitely ahead of their time. Definitely ahead of their time.
And then the gimbal, my biggest problem with the gimbal was you could see the leg. Remember that? So then another company came out with a modification so you could slide the leg out when you go to fly it. so you could adjust the leg out so it would be in the shot.
Sounds like a pain in the ass to me.
Extensions so the camera didn't hit the ground, because if you came down kind of hard, the camera would hit the ground.
I took the gimbal off both of mine, and I just liked flying balls to the wall with it. I loved just ripping around the neighborhood, you know, back then over top of everybody's houses.
Yeah. It was a great drone. Throw an acro, man, and hold on to your pants, son.
Now, I've never done, I know Drone Worship's really huge on them, and, you know, he talks about how he does the flips and everything with it. I've never done anything like that with it, but to have a monster quad like that does the flips and stuff almost like freestyle type flying with such a big quad. I wish I had it here just to hold it up for people that don't know. I mean, it's a monster. It's a big drone.
3-pound, 4-pound drone, I think, altogether, wasn't it?
Yeah. I ran mine one time. I was going so fast, real low, and I thought I could hit the brakes fast enough, and I went straight through a bush. That thing went straight through it, and it was, I mean, I was like, holy shit.
Well, that's what I meant about the reliability on that thing, though. You had to be careful flying low, because it didn't hold its altitude with the down.
No, it would go down.
If you pitched it forward, it would dip. It would dip down. And
that's the good thing about those type of drones is they make you fly. They really make you fly.
That's where you learn. That's how you learn to be a pilot, is by flying those types.
Yeah.
If you can fly those, you can fly anything.
When I do publish a video, that's why, you know, I love to be like as close as I can get to the trees and all that, because that's what I was doing with these other ones. I was getting down real close to these trees where it's gonna eat it. You had to bring it up. You know, the GPS drones today, you could see way ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna be close to that one, but there's no way I'm gonna hit it. And then it's not like it used to be. You actually had to, you were constantly up and down on those things.
Well, I call it white knuckle flying, and I'm on the fence. If I'm flying FPV, I expect a white knuckle fly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I buy a GPS drone that's just supposed to fly around and be stable or whatever, that's what I expect.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want a white knuckle fly with a GPS drone, and that was my problem with the 3DR to an extent. I flew kit drones with no GPS. This AR drone had no GPS. You know, none. You were fully in control of this drone. You know what I mean? And so, you know, if that's the way it's presented, okay, I'm okay with, you know. But when you get a GoPro Karma, it would just drop GPS whenever it felt like it. It'd be like, doo-doo-doo, oh, I don't think I want to have GPS anymore. And you're like, ah! And you're flying a kite at that point. You're trying to control a kite. You know, that's the difference.
Guido, the reason I don't do, or I didn't do a review on it was, it's just, as you see, I have too much that I can't fly. And if I can't focus on one thing and give that thing 3 or 4 videos, I don't do it. But more and more I've gotten out of the whole, and this goes back to us talking about what reviewers leave out, and they don't do their homework and all that stuff. That's kind of what killed it for me, because here I am, I'm working hard on a review to give you details, to give you the right information on, say Mr. Hubsan Xeno 2 here, or Xeno 2 Plus, and then I take it personal when this big guy that is going to be the real influencer comes along and does his review on it, and then doesn't give you the warnings, doesn't give you what to look out for, doesn't let you know it doesn't fly like a DJI, even though I'm making it look like one when I fly it. And that kind of stuff just kind of takes the whole fun of review out for me. Because nobody's going to listen to me anyhow. They're going to listen to what they want to hear, and they're going to go to that big channel and see that he's flying it like a DJI and be like, that's the quad for me,
and that they're going to
fly it that way too.
Their hard-earned money on it and realize, shit, what did I do?
Yeah.
And that's why I get fired up, because that's what happened to me. I was, like I said, I let myself get influenced. DJI's garbage. DJI's garbage. That's what everybody said. DJI's garbage. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get the GoPro Karma. Okay, I'll get the Autel. Okay, I'll get the Unique. You know what I mean? Because I was avoiding DJI because I was told it was worse. Than the 3DR Solo. It was worse. I wanted to get away from the 3DR Solo. I had 5 of them. And they all had problems. So I'm like, I gave up on it, and I'm going to do something else. And I thought, well, I'll get the Mavic Pro. And everyone's like, no, don't get DJI. They're garbage.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, then I'll try all these other drones. So I went through $3,000. What? $2,000-3,000 easily. Trying to find a drone that was better. I probably broke down and bought the Mavic Pro, and I'm like,
what the?
Wait, let me try something. Let go of the sticks. It's just hovering there.
All the money spent.
What? Wait.
Yep.
It just does what it's supposed to do. I don't have to start the controller, then the drone. If I forget, then the drone won't launch like 3DR. Remember that, Chris?
The what? The 3DR what?
With the 3DR, if you didn't fire it up in the right sequence, sometimes it wouldn't launch.
Yeah, they had that goofy. Yeah, it was a science. It was a science. That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
You turn on the controller, wait like 30 seconds, and then turn on the drone.
Yeah, you had to sit there and wait for it to say the next thing, and it led you through every sequence. That's right. I forgot all about that.
You couldn't just let it auto land, because sometimes it would flip over. Because the one set of motors would slow down faster than the other and go flip over on land.
And you definitely weren't hand catching that.
No, you gotta be brave. I've seen people do it. Whatever. Whatever. And it would toilet bowl sometimes. And be like, woo, until you got the new GPS module. That is.
Why the hell would you want to deal with that?
Hubsan might be looking for a new reviewer. Look, everybody.
Keep looking.
Create a storm with that name. I'm going to say it in any video that his name comes up. But when it comes to Mansoor Ali, create a storm in your emails to Hubsan and just send any garbage you see him post. And they're going to be like, nope, we don't want to be attached to this. And next thing you know, he's going to be back to his Hubsan makes complete crap. I'm sorry, I have to tell you this. Hubsan makes complete crap. Right. He's going to be right back to that whole story, or he's going to be delivering them strikes because they have like 20 of his videos on his on their channel.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, like I mean, he could literally, if he wanted, like he could pretend like, nope, I don't know them, and deliver strikes and shut them down totally. Because they're 100% of his video on their channel. I hit him with 2 strikes, and you know what YouTube did? Remove the videos. That's it. No strike. No strike. They just remove the videos. I get the strikes.
Wow.
And I don't know if it was because I was suspended at the time. I couldn't do anything but just watch people and then get in chat. I couldn't post anything. So maybe if I did it while I wasn't in that situation with 4 strikes, maybe I could have actually delivered strikes. But here I am delivering strikes to a company that delivered 3 of my 4 strikes. That might be why they didn't allow me to have strikes on them. So I probably should have waited on that one. I was a little premature
I can
Look
see
who-
that
ejaculation.
right now. It would be, I'm going to give you one chance, Hudson. One chance. This is
One
your
chance.
You take down all my videos right now, or send me a check for $20,000. Or this
Now
is-
I own the rights.
Yeah.
Now I own the rights to that video.
It's on you. What does it say at the end? What does he say at the end of every one of those emails he sent to Chris?
We will talk or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, we will talk.
We will
Yeah,
talk.
we will talk.
We will-
We will
we will
talk.
Check for $20,000. Then we talk.
Then we talk.
Then we
Holding
talk.
his blade.
Then we talk.
Just so you guys know, this isn't the real one. This is, I'm not going to say the person's name, but all of us have this. And this is another thing. I have never created a fake YouTube account except one time. And it was JTurd Drone.
Yeah.
And there's about 4 Jaybird drones out there. So
Yep.
this is one of them. I won't call him by his name, but
Of course,
When
he's got
he's-
the mini SE.
especially when he says I love Hubson, you know, like Jaybird we know only says DJI now. Like he won't even say Holy Stone. So
He tried to
welcome.
interact with me on Captain Drone's channel, and that's fine. Like I told you about other people. If they haven't
Yeah.
done anything to me, I don't care. But it was just interesting that he just kept trying to interact with me, and I'm like, dude, I haven't had any interactions with you in a year, maybe 2. You know, I mean, after all that crap went down, I
don't-
try to stay away from all the drama. You
I
know
don't
what
like. I don't like fake fucking people, man. I'm sorry. I just don't. So
Right.
And as soon as I got to be honest with you, the day he gave that fucking Holy Stone drone away, and it ended up being to a channel that was his, I was done.
Well, he did the same thing with the Xeno.
I was done.
Or no, he was going to do it with, I forgot what he was going to do it with, but I don't know if you followed us back then, but a group of us actually pitched in money.
Pitched in to give away a mini too.
Yeah, we did the mini.
Yep. Yep. It
Really?
was. Hey,
That's how I met so
Yeah.
many people. It
well,
was cool.
because Jaybird was doing a fake giveaway. He was trying to get subs and likes, and so he said he was giving away a drone that he didn't even have. And
I think it was the Xeno 2 before it ever
Yeah.
came out.
yeah, oh yeah, he was showing video of it. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
but no, you never saw the interface or the drone itself. We kept telling him, show an unboxing. Yeah, an
Mm-hmm.
unboxing's coming when I get 500 subs. So Chris pitched in with a bunch of other people, and they gave an actual drone away because his was fake.
Oh, and Lon, it was
Oh,
hilarious.
that
It was
video.
hilarious, Lon, because the way that people had to win was they had to make a video about how J-Turd screwed them out of a drone. And people got really creative. We had Bigfoot, we had Flying Chicken from Chili Boo, and I mean it was a real chicken, you know. But they were really creative. Some people went through a lot of work. There was like some type of little animation type stuff and made good friends in the process. And then the guy that won it was the Bigfoot guy, actually. Bigfoot stole his knife, and he needed the drone to go find Bigfoot. And I'm a big fan of homesteading channels, so he got my vote for just being a homestead channel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, those guys in Alaska or whatever.
Homestead.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
man. Any of
even
them.
modern day. Like, I mean, it just anywhere in the mountains, just away from messed up people. Well,
Yeah.
Don in here, Don. I don't know if he's still in here, but my Little Mountain Life. Him, there he is. He's at the bottom. Him, his wife, and 2 daughters. He quit his job as a music teacher. Went out there in a camper, bought a plot of land with an old house that needed to be torn down, and in the mountains of Virginia. And his wife does voiceovers for audiobooks and built her a studio. She can work from home there, and he does his channel, and he does whatever, you know. He's now got his 107 and doing whatever business he can get with that. So
You got
I'm very envious.
a new
As
guy
long
in,
as
Chris. Tomas Ariels. He's a good
Yeah,
friend of
Sully.
mine and Lon's good friend of ours. He's new in here, I guess. Have you ever seen him in here before?
I might have seen him one time. I don't recognize the picture, but maybe another Tomas.
Good
But
guy.
welcome, buddy. Come back and join us for sure. See how
Yeah,
fast
so-
these go? Like an hour and a half goes.
Yeah, when we got halfway interesting people. I'm not gonna mention any other live stream, but there was one earlier that oh god.
It gets painful. It gets painful.
Oh
It
my
really
God.
does. It really does.
It's like, oh my god, you guys are so boring. Ah,
Hey, Chris, I didn't say hi. When you first came in, I saw you in there. Sorry, buddy. I didn't say hi to you as well.
Wedgeworth.
Hey, what about that Osmo or the Action 2, huh?
I saw that.
Too.
Yeah, the stackable
You
camera.
FPV guys ought to be like jizzing your pants over that one.
No, I'm fine with the original. That's another thing me and Chad and Don were talking about last night in a group chat, and I'm like, I love my Osmo Action enough where I don't need that, but Don's going to get it. He really wants it.
Well, it depends on what you do, because it looks
Yeah.
like it's gonna.
Here's
be
what I do.
awesome.
Mine stays on a tripod with a giant microphone bigger than it.
That's what you use for your vlogging outdoors.
That's what I use for it right
Yeah.
there. And then like when I was hunting to find my DJI Mini 2, I just walked and carried it. I didn't have a fancy stick or anything like that. I just walked and carried it with me. But yeah,
Hey.
that's it.
Robbie's asking when you're going to auction off that lamp behind you.
Robbie, you are one of a good handful at least that want me to actually do that.
I got a question.
Huh?
Can you do mine?
What, make you one?
I'll send you my 501 SS.
You know what? That's actually a little harder than what it looks like because
I'm sure.
That's not the LEDs that you have in the ESCs that are inside that.
Yeah,
sucker.
that's all rewired and everything. Isn't
I
it?
had to trim those LEDs to fit and then wire it. It's got in the body of it. It's got actually just a bus board with all the wires each connected to it, and like I don't even know if I'd feel comfortable sending it to somebody and worry that your house might catch on fire one day. Because literally, dude, if you open the battery bay and stuck your finger in there, you can get electrocuted big time. So, I mean, you got little kids.
Good point.
So, I mean, it's safe. It's safe. It's, it's all low voltage LED, but if you stuck your finger in there, I would, if I made one and sold to anybody or auctioned off, I would glue that bay door shut.
No, the new Action's it's all modular, and it looks like the main camera's tiny.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of the Session. So a lot of the FPV guys, I think,
It's exactly what it kind of looks like with the small box style form factor.
Yeah, it looks like the Session.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be super duper happy about that. And it has like 52 minutes of runtime. But then if you buy the other stuff, you get a screen and a 2-hour battery or 3-hour battery, whatever it's going to be. So I think it's an interesting approach. I like the fact that they didn't just follow GoPro. I guess is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went with a whole new design.
Let's just upgrade the Osmo, make it a 2, make it slightly better, and there you go. We'll iron out the overheating issues as later on down the road or whatever. So
It is cool.
Robbie's really digging. He wants that
it.
lamp.
He wants it.
Those are winter projects, so maybe I'll do one more in the winter, and maybe I'll do an auction. Or Robbie, maybe I'll just make you one personally. But it's got to be something I'm really in the mood to do. So, and same goes to you, Maddie. If you want to send it to me and I'm in that mood to just make you one, I will make one. But
Yeah.
I'm not committing to anybody. I'm not committing to anybody or an auction at this time.
No commitments.
No,
I don't
no
blame you.
commitments.
You take a
Dude,
grand
I am so flooded right now with drone repair. I never get this nice even flow. It's like at one time everybody has crashed their drone, and it's all in 1 week. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Send it. And then I've got to sit there on a day off and just spend my whole day, try to pump out 3 drones and get them out to them.
How often do you get DJI compared to other companies?
DJI is what I get the very least of, and that's because of DJI Care. Everybody runs that route. Once I crashed my Evo and I put that on there with the teardowns, replacing the leg. Somebody sent me theirs. It was the opposite leg, thank God, because I could make a video with that. And once people started seeing I repaired the Evos and saw, I don't know if you watched that video as to what all entails inside the Evo 2. It's just to get to the legs, you got to take, it's just so much. And people started contacting me with the Evo 2, so I'd get a good bit of those. I have one, unfortunately, and it pisses me off, but when it gets into the camera and you can't fix that camera, Autel won't sell you any parts for it. You have to buy a whole camera, and that's when I tell the person, look, before I order you legs or anything like that, you've got a $500 bill right here just in that camera. And they're like, you want to keep it for parts, and that's what I do. So I've got my first one that I wasn't able to fix because of the camera. So if anybody ever has a spare camera and they need the drone, then I'll buy the arm and parts that the drone needs and say, hey, I'll send your camera and I'll give you a whole complete drone.
Not a bad idea.
You should see I've got 2 baskets. You should see the pile of drones that are in these baskets. People are awesome about donating them if they can't afford to fix them or whatever. And some people just go out of their way and say, look, Chris, I crashed it. It's bad enough to where I don't want to put the money in. They just ship it to me and pay for the shipping and everything. Won't take a dime, and it helps. It helps a lot because then that's how I can keep a repair cost down, and that's the biggest thing is how I can keep somebody from having to wait a month for me to get a part. You send it to me, it needs 2 legs put on it. I can get that done one day and sent right back to you. I think the fastest one I did was my friend Greg. He sent me. Not Pittman, another Greg. He sent me his drone, a Xeno. He crashed it, broke the leg. He sent it to me. I got it in the mail that day, and I replaced the leg, and I put in for United States Postal pickup the very next morning, and it went straight right back to him in California. That was like the fastest turnaround ever. As soon as I got it, and then back in the box and out.
I was thinking of sending my Hubsan Xeno. I don't know, man. It's wall art to me. It was my first 4K camera drone. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's so hard to let go.
I'm not attached to the original. I'm not attached to the original at all. I don't know that I'm really attached to any of them. No, I really do. But if you notice, I keep Floyd back there. And
Floyd.
I mean, he just became special because, it was just so funny that they send me, of all people that does how-to videos, they send me one that bricks on the first update. Not your technical brick, but, I couldn't use it for 2 weeks until they developed the recovery software for it. So I was kind of the test pilot for that. And that's the other thing that pisses me off about him. You want to deliver strikes for... After I made that video, look how many people that helped in that same situation, and you want to take all that shit away.
Yeah, that's pretty
messed up. Pretty messed up. But yeah, I think Floyd is probably the only one I'm really attached to. Like the day I sell Floyd, I'll actually kind of be like, why did you do it? Yeah. And he flies good. He's been a good drone. It's been a really good drone. So
I ended up selling my Xeno too. I sold it to Drone Fisher. You know him in your group, Kevin. I ended up selling it to him. His Facebook name is Drone Fisher.
Yeah, I know his.
Yep. But it is.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Man, if you could really use the parts out of it, then the only thing wrong with it is the fact
I have so many. I could build probably build eight original Xenos right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have all the cameras, but I could build the quads.
Everything works on it. The only problem is when you put an SD card in it, for some reason it goes haywire. It won't accept it, and then it'll lose connection.
Yeah, Patrick's got it made. He says he likes shipping Claysburg sheets. He crashes his. I just meet him at the Sheets gas station, and I pick up his quad and I fix it, and then I meet him when I drop it off. We look like we're doing a drug deal. I pull my car up real close and I pass him a bag, and but yeah, he's had a couple where I've worked on his.
That's pretty cool, though. You know, Chris, for real.
Dude, you do a lot of work for the community, man. And
I mean, I can't. I mean, I can't sit here and say that I mean I do a whole lot of work for the community, is because I mean I do charge.
Right.
But
yeah, well, I'm sure you don't charge as much as if it would be to send a fucking DJI drone in to get fixed.
And
I mean,
it's like, and there's just times where like at first I was just charging so cheap, and then you realize these people aren't so appreciative, and you're just a resource. So you kind of you feel crappy in what you are doing. So then I said flat out, I'm doing a $60 flat. The minute this comes in my house, I'm going to do a 60-hour flat. You're going to get $60 worth of service for sure. And then the next step is, after I go and replace legs and stuff, like this one went straight on into a telephone pole. You can't see it, but it's dented. It actually kind of creased it back. This is going to bother me. It's not going to bother the person, but I've got a whole nother top that I'll put on there, and I won't charge them for that top. Yeah. So that's where they are benefiting coming to me. I'm not charging them for some parts. I'm going to charge you for a leg. I'm going to charge you for a motor, but I want to make that body almost look like new. And even like this, your worn out stickers on the side, I can't even let this leave my house like that. Those stickers have to come off, and this thing has to get a good alcohol rub down, because it drives me nuts when it looks like that. And I'm probably offending the person right now, but
that's not a bad thing, though, to make it look, you want it to look presentable when you send it back, bro.
Yeah. So, and some of them, I even slap my QC sticker on there, whether they like it or not. They can take it off when they get it.
Yeah. Well, at least you do something, though. See,
yeah.
I'm not, you know me, I'm not about buttering people up, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of these guys that run around and people, oh, you do so much for the drone community. I'm like, exactly what have they ever done for the drone community?
Right.
Please explain to me what they've ever done than what they've done just for themselves.
Well, you know what I mean? I would say if I've done anything for the drone community, it would be my how-to videos.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Because I could literally say I've helped thousands of people. I can literally say that. Yeah.
Being a clown,
and it also makes me credible for not being a sellout, because I'm showing you the problems and I'm showing you how to fix them. So, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying this drone is perfect. You can't go wrong buying this drone. Yeah. By the way, check out my 10 how-to videos on how to fix it. Yeah. So.
Buy through my affiliate links.
Yeah. And that's the other thing I won't do either. I quit doing affiliate links on a brand new product. I'll do them later, but if it's a complete hunk of junk, it's not going to ever get an affiliate link, and it's going to be Amazon or DJI or whatever. It's not going to be Banggood or any of those people.
Oh, don't get me started on Banggood. Oh,
yeah. Dude, you're only as good as what you sell with them anyhow. So, like when I was selling a whole bunch of stuff and doing thousands of dollars with them making thousands of dollars. I could get anything I asked for probably. But the minute I slowed down on that, no, you don't have enough sales to get that. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You've had $60,000 in sales, and that was only good for me to get one drone? You flipping crazy.
Yeah, and you better give a positive review too.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, I don't deal with them anymore. I hate that company.
Banggood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather not. I'd rather
I've
not.
avoided a few comments in there, but whenever I see it spelled that way, I have to put it up on the screen because I love it. That's my it's copyrighted.
Copyrighted.
I'm going to do a damn it, why do I keep popping it up? I'm going to do a shirt. I'm going to do an I don't know shirt. It's just going to be I don't know. That's all. Because everybody knows that now. Everybody knows exactly what that means. Chris is a maniac. Chris is a maniac on detail. I am when it comes to like when I put them back together and I do the wiring inside, I'm very, very anal retentive about how that shit goes in. And I notice when you get these drones, they have the wires tight inside. So when you're doing this, you're pulling that wire. When I do it, there is a loop inside to where when this moves, you're never pulling. When you close it, you're never pulling that wire tight. That's the stuff they're just mass producing. That's the stuff I have time to be really anal about. So,
I had that problem on my original Xeno. When you would open the arm, the motor wouldn't fire up.
Yep.
But when you close it, it would.
Tight. Yeah. Yep. It's very classic with those. I mean, you can take that insulation off those wires and just take your fingernail and you can strip them without any force whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm real picky too. I wired up PLC and control systems all day, and yeah, I'm stupid picky about that kind of stuff. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
Why even do the job if you're not going to do it right? That's my.
Well, we've got a new hire at work, and we were up on top of the campus facility, and working on a big. I'm not HVAC guy, but I can work on them. We're working on one the size of a school bus,
right.
And so we were replacing one of the big breakers in it, and these are massive breakers in these things, and we're sitting there doing this, and he's kind of probably thinking this guy is just freaking picky as hell, because I was like, look at these wires. It drives me crazy. Look at they just slap all this shit in there, and these wires are everywhere. So before we put that in, I'm grabbing all the wires, and I'm kind of like I'm braiding hair and I'm zip tying everything. I like it to be nice and neat. When that panel gets closed, it's nice and neat.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah, me too. I was at a joint Friday. I pulled all the wire. I pulled it all. I opened up the panel, and it was just everywhere, and I went,
Yeah.
Yanked it all, started over. Because you can spend so much time trying to figure out, let's see, this goes here. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
And it can text to, I just pulled it off. Some of these guys, man, I don't get how they sleep at night.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
Oh, right. I mean, there's a ton of things I work on where it involves wiring, and it drives me insane.
Yep.
Wires, I'll spend a lot of time making them nice and neat.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't sleep. I'll drive away sometimes, and I'll get like a mile away, and I go, oh, crap, I forgot to tighten something out there around, and go back and run in with a couple more zip ties or something. And go, oh, I forgot to put these zip ties on. The customer will just look at you like, wow, you're picky. Hey, man. If I worked on it, it's going to be right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or why do it? And if you're not
Exactly.
going to do it right, I'll tell a customer.
Well, that, and if you ever have to go back and work on it, you're much happier reapproaching it because you're going into a nice, neat panel.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody made another comment about Anafi. I think he said he remembers me from one of my range tests on the Anafi. All this Anafi talk tonight, I think that's going out with me tomorrow. I'm running to hopefully get some no USB disconnects out of this Xeno Mini 2 and take some morning flights with it tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to take the Anafi with me.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more videos of you over that reservoir, man. It's a beautiful
That's
area.
where I'll be. That's where I'll be.
Yeah. A beautiful location, dude. Absolutely.
I mean, it amazes me that I go there and I have that whole place to myself. Like not the whole reservoir, but like that's a parking lot right there where the spillway is. Like that's the attraction to go to. It's got all the, what do you call that? Ambiance.
Yep.
It's a nice little spot. I mean, talk about peaceful. I mean, I go there and just, you can forget any little piece of stress or anything that's bothering you. Especially if I go walk down in the woods into the creek and just park my ass on a rock and fly there under the tree canopy.
Yeah, we have a lot of places like that too, and I don't know, and I'm just as bad, don't get me wrong. It's weird because you'll pull into these joints and you're like, wow, this is nice. We have like, I used to do hydroelectric dam surveys, and they always have like an observation area and stuff where you can look at the dam and stuff. There's never anybody in for there here, and it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And they know I'm there too, is the great thing, because every reservoir has a caretaker, that works for the Park Service or whatever. They have housing there and everything.
Right.
And he's right there. I mean, he can always see me. And when they're out cutting or doing whatever they're doing, they see me and they never, ever bother me, never approach me. And now I've got one old guy named Paul who, he rides his bike. He's got to be probably hitting 80. And he rides his bike, comes down, and he stops and talks to me all the time. And it's it's like the normal people that live in that area that pass by and actually know me because I'm always the only one there.
Right.
It's really cool.
Don't get talking to those guys though.
What's that?
they're like lighthouse caretakers, man. Don't get talking to them. Oof.
Well, they've never actually talked to me. The caretakers. I've never. I mean, they've seen me. I mean, I've even gone and flown like real close to their house and everything, and never once have they ever said anything. Because I mean, I get up close and personal to everything there at the reservoir, and sometimes there's a guy in a boat and I can't resist, and like he's sitting there, and I come like. I'll come down like this, and then I'll come up like this, and then I've got one video where he's sitting there in his boat, and he's just watching me like he was in awe. Yeah, Patrick, I don't ever say, I hate saying that word, the Quee Mahoning. My wife always laughs at me because I can say it, but I refuse to say Quee Mahoning. I always call it the Q. I'm going down to the Q, and she's like, "What's that? What's that?" And I said, "I'm going to the Q."
Pronounced that because I was going to pronounce it a different way. I didn't.
Well, he said he added the extra E and the F. Yeah, but that's why I don't say it, because I told my wife, I said, what it sounds like, and so she tries to make me say it. But it sounds like queef. So I always just say I'm going down to the Q, and she'll try to make me say it.
Yeah, there's a lot of. We had a guy way back in the day that we trained with when I was in the military, and his name was Falkenegger.
What?
Kenegger.
What the?
Yeah. So
wait a minute. All one word?
Because Schwarzenegger basically black, and but anyway, and it was Falkenegger.
But wasn't it like Nager?
Yeah, Negger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Falkenegger. And you just hated to even say this dude's name.
Could you imagine how he grew up, though?
Well, he was foreign, so it wasn't as
Right.
Yeah, he was a German, but it was if he lived here. Whoo,
yeah.
woo.
That wouldn't bode so well.
No.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one. Grow up in Chicago somewhere.
I like this comment.
Shit.
Spent all night looking for Maddie. Here you are hiding. We tried putting him on a different channel.
Somewhere else. They followed me.
We need to put you in a red and white striped shirt and beanie hat like Waldo. And where's Maddie tonight?
Bro, there's so many. He's right. There's so many live streams, man. And then in 5 minutes, my buddy Bill Ronayne, he goes on and I go on with him. It's a lot. And then tomorrow night, I believe, I will be on with Robbie, World Drone Community. Asked me to come on with him. So That's 3 nights in a row now. I don't know if people are getting sick of looking at my fucking ugly face or what, but shit happens. Deal with it.
Wait a minute. Robbie's never asked me to come back. Why do you ask you to come back?
I've never been on there. Oh, I was on there as a.
You were on there.
I was helping him as a. He asked me to come on and help him as a co-host to
That's
look at the chats.
that's fucked up, Robbie. I'm just telling you that right now.
Shit! I just ratted out. I just got him. Oops. My bad, Rob.
I want to come back. I want to come back. Please have me back. I enjoyed being on there, but I have to be honest and tell you, I get distracted by Al.
Yeah. He is a very distracting person.
He was distracting me because he was in a hotel and his keyboard was right there.
He was doing this.
So I'm like, Al, Al, you're creeping me out with your fingers. I just like,
it was funny. That was good. And then the noises of the keys.
And he loves his video showing.
Yeah.
How'd you like the mating whales or dolphins?
Oh God. Are they playing or are they getting it on?
It couldn't have been said. He couldn't have said it anymore. I mean, it was like it's all he focused on. Oh, he probably. I just pictured him going back to the hotel room. Honey, I was watching dolphins mating, or were they doing the hanky panky, or were they doing the hokey pokey?
Hokey pokey or hanky panky? That was
it. We're gonna have to have Robbie make a shirt for Al that says something about that.
Hokey pokey or hanky panky?
Yeah. Him wearing that shirt, flying a drone in the park. Nothing else would say creepy. All right. Well, you gotta like jump right on over to another show, you little whore.
I'll jump. Nah, I'm not sure if he's going live right now or not, but I'm sure he will. Yeah, he just said, there we go. He just sent me the StreamYard link. I'll jump on with him when I'm done here. I'm not worried.
Yeah, Matt. Robbie, we were just talking about that. I said thanks a lot for having Maddie back on, but you didn't have me back on. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he invited me to jump on and help him out when Jackie was supposed to be on. Backpack.
Oh, now I see that part. He's explained. He's digging out of the holes what he's doing.
Yeah, so I teach drones class.
Oh yeah, there's another one on tonight. Another live stream.
Who?
Half Chrome.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen that. They're all over the place.
That's gonna be all leaks right there on Half Chrome.
Yeah, he's got Billy, Kyle, and Drone X Factor.
Oh, that's right. Billy Kyle's gonna be on that one. That one I caught my interest because I was thinking, Fanboy's gonna be on an All Tell Talk. So because he's definitely DJI.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, so am I, though.
I don't blame him.
I bought the Skydio at least. I mean, in the last few years, I bought other brands before, and then once I bought the Mavic Pro, I went, okay, done. I found something that works. I mean, that's the bottom line for me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm happy with them. I'm happy with it. They work and they're reliable, out of the box.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
That's where I'm at. I bought 9 Suzukis in a row. As far as motorcycles, I bought, 6 Pontiacs.
I never buy the same car ever.
Yeah,
I'm always into a different brand into my next car. It's always the closest I've ever bought was I bought a Kia and gave it to my daughter, and then bought a Hyundai, which they're both the same.
Right.
But I've had Volvo, Infiniti.
Mm-hmm.
I never stick with one brand. My wife, she's Honda.
Right.
And she'll drive them for way too long. Like I had to force her to finally get a new car. She had a Honda Pilot since 2006, close to 200,000 miles on it. Just rust was all, you couldn't see it on the body, but all up underneath was just rust. Every time I went to work on something, it was rust. It was going to need all new exhaust. I told her, I said, we're going to get to a point where it's not going to get inspected. So I said, and I think it's this time. So we actually took it when it needed an inspection and said, we want to look at something else. So we actually did our first lease, got her a CRV, a brand new CRV.
No, I'm back.
She's
with that.
happy.
I got all Samsung TVs.
Yeah, I'm a Samsung. I'm big time.
phones.
See, I mix match on all my TVs too. I mix match on all of them. Like, I don't know.
I got all Samsung tablets.
The only thing I stick with is my eye products. I've got the iPhone, the iPad, the iTV, or the Apple TV, Apple in my ear, the computer.
I'm teasing Matt right now.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want that so bad. I don't know, man. I think Lauren would chop my fucking nuts off in bed if I spent $1,800 on a freaking phone. What a perfect device to fly though for flying.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Have you put anything out with that?
That's what made a video, didn't I, Matt? I think I was mostly talking about it, just how it fits in the controller.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
it
a
was.
smart controller, so quite frankly, nothing's gonna beat the smart controller for convenience for me. Period. I get that. It might be slightly better to use something else, but I'm all about convenience and run and gun. You know what I mean? So, but no, the Fold 3 works incredibly well with Air 2S remote. It works. Really
Patrick Wozmunski that's in the chat just sent me a text to remind me of something. I don't know if you can see, but when I fixed his Xeno 2, I'm admitting this. When I fixed his Hubsan Xeno 2 for the second time, I sent it back to him, and you can't tell in the picture, but he sends me a picture of the props. I put them on upside down.
Ha!
And it flew fine. It flew fine.
Really?
Yes. They were in the right place. They were just upside down, and it flew fine. I'm pretty sure it did. He can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's interesting.
He messaged me and said, "By the way, you have the prop, one of the props or one set of the props, I don't remember, upside down." I was like, "Oh shit, sorry."
Easy fix.
Yeah, you got a screwdriver?
Yep. Silly.
How can you be a fanboy if something works? It's called getting what you paid for. Exactly.
And
Very
that's what I
true.
always say.
Very
You're a
true.
fanboy. I don't know, man. I'm a fan of buying something and having it work.
It's the
that's what I'm
companies.
saying.
It's the companies that get you to buy all of their stuff, and that's where I can get labeled as a iPhone or iProduct fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. It's because they make it so you want to buy everything because the way they work together is streamlined,
Everything
seamless.
works with everything. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Samsung for me.
Samsung's the same way.
Yeah,
Everything
that's
works
Samsung.
with
Yeah.
I got
everything.
the watch. I got the tab. I got 4 tablets. I got a
So the
phone.
ones that can do that, they've got your money, man.
Yeah. The TV works with my laptop. My laptop works with my phone. My
Too
phone
bad.
and-
Too bad DJI didn't do that with all their controllers and all their other shit. Like you buy this, and then all of a sudden, well, can't use it with this new one coming out. You got to buy another smart controller, or you got to buy a version 2 goggles. All that shit. But I get it. I get it because it's all based on signal.
What? You can use the smart controller all the way back to the Mavic 2, all the way up to the Mini 2.
It just took some time for them to update it for that to work when it came
Right.
to like the Mini
There-
2
exactly.
or the Air 2S. But
And
I mean
you
that
need the Air 2 controller.
And there was never any sign that it was going to be a guarantee that you could use it.
no,
You
it
you had to wait and see.
it
Like
just happened.
Well, who else has done that at all? We're waiting and seeing. How can you take that first Xeno Pro controller and run the newest Xeno?
no, but you can do the last 2. You can't fly it, but you can actually use it. You
Can't
can
fly it,
connect
but you can use it.
You can connect it.
Connect it in the house. Look at the
What?
You can connect this to a Xeno 2 or a 2 Plus. You just can't fly it.
Well, okay.
Just like the batteries. Just like the batteries.
Dude, Altel came out with a smart controller that only works with the version 1. Then they turned around and came out with a version 2 of the same drone. It won't work with. You got to buy another. Totally another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty.
Come on now. I'm not, like I said, I'd be the DJI fanboy here. That's fine.
It bothers me with any company that you paid big money for the stuff. That's all that, you know, like
Yeah.
this, I'm not going to, if they came out with a smart controller, no, no, it's like them coming out with a thermal. How many people, when I see the first person that actually purposed that thermal to review it, you're crazy. You're insane.
Hubson
It's
or
hard.
the thermal.
They said the Mini's gonna have a
Take the thermal,
Yeah.
thermal, and take a picture of this one while it's flying,
Yeah.
and look how red it is.
No, they said that the Xeno Mini Pro's gonna have a thermal, didn't they, Matt?
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you were holding the 2020.
But I was saying anybody that buys the thermal is crazy. I mean, $1,500 thermal there. Paranofi did it. I had the thermal on theirs. It was fine. It was great.
Yep.
Yeah. Parrot's a great company.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I was a huge Parrot fanboy. I think they fell way behind, and they took. some
I bought that
direction.
thing for half the price of what it was worth. I didn't even look at them on the website or anything. Somebody had it that I knew and offered to sell it to me for half the price. I thought, well, that's expensive, but I want to try the thermal. So I bought it. He didn't know, nor did I know, what the real price was of it. I don't know what he paid for it, but he didn't pay full price or he would have charged me more. So it wasn't until just before I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Let me see what they're going for. And I was like, holy shit, I'm going to double my money on this quad. And sure enough, I did. I
mean, good for them. I mean, like I said, I was a huge Parrot fanboy. I had the Parrot car module. You know, back before all the cars came with Bluetooth or whatever, Parrot made a Bluetooth module. You know, I had all the, like I said, the Parrot mini drones. I got every last one of them. You know, I love Parrot products, but
Why the hell is there still like about 40 people in here? It's like cracks me up.
Listening to our bullshit.
Yeah.
Must be long.
I mean, I say it every time though. I love the people that come and watch because they
Dedicated.
stay.
They're dedicated,
They stay,
man.
and then some of them. I mean, some of them it's tomorrow.
Mike Henrik.
Holy shit!
Hrenek, I bet. Mike Hrenek.
It doesn't take much. Don't get long.
I'm
I'm gonna say Henrak.
Rennick.
Henrak.
I say Rennick.
I think it's more of an ack.
Air 2S on it.
Rennick.
We're good.
Hrenek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, man, I just don't like a lot of the things that a lot of channels do. I just don't like the way they operate. I
Yeah.
don't like the way they present themselves. I don't appreciate because I see people, like I told Rick Smith on Drone Valley, I see that kid mowing lawns all summer long or all spring to try to come up with the money to buy something
Yep.
that you recommended
Yep.
or you glossed over the problem, and then they have nothing but problems with it. I've been that kid.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You
have
know,
I.
I grew up with a ton of money when my parents just threw $300 at me. Here, go buy a drone, kid. You know
I would
what mean?
love to. I would like to do like a summer of live streams where every one of them could come on my channel and let me talk to them
Right.
and give them an education about some of the drones they're reviewing
Right.
and remind them that there's a world outside of you.
Right.
And you're definitely hiding some things, but I'll give you the credit that some things just aren't happening to the one they sent you. But there's a world outside of you where mass people are all having the exact same problem with this drone and the customer service of this drone. Those are the type of things you need to know about the world around you. It's like you're going to take a car and you're going to, do a review on it and tell everybody to go out and buy it. Well, do you know if it's a safe car to put your kids in? Stuff like that. So they wouldn't do it with the car,
Right.
but they'll do it with something. Some kid's gonna take, like you said, it's hard-earned money. Have one flight with it, never see it again. Done.
Yeah, and these one and done reviews where they just get it and they go, "Hey, I got the new so and so piece of crap from HRJC or whatever, and woo, it's awesome. Woo, it's great." Okay.
Captain Drone said it was the best drone out.
All right, guys, I'm calling him this. I'm calling him Renak.
Renok.
He sounds like he should be in an episode of Vikings. Renak.
Yeah. I am Renak.
That is the best frickin' series. Vikings. Love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like the first season the best because there was more sex. And
The
then
what?
they got all...
The what?
I'm just being honest. There was more sex, man. His
In
wife
what?
was smoking. His wife was smoking.
In what? What are you talking about? Vikings?
Vikings, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
the first season was way more sex, and then
yeah.
Game of Thrones was the same way.
When it got crazy with the brother, the brother that had to crawl, when it got crazy with him being a leader and all that. That's when it all went with all the sex. So you lost your sex there, buddy, because he couldn't.
Yeah, I know. The same with Game of Thrones, man. They had that girl naked like a half an hour every, 10-20% of every episode until she started making money and getting famous, and then she decided she didn't want to be naked anymore.
Yeah.
So then they had a bunch of gay stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't have a problem with gay stuff, but I'm not tuning in for gay stuff, bro. I was tuning in for that little blonde girl. So, just,
Where is Maddie? Oh, he's right above there. Did he just pop in? Peter.
Yep. Just popped in and said
So
Malaysia.
that's
here.
one of our tomorrows. It's morning there, right, buddy?
Yeah, I think so.
So now what started last night, now everybody can wake up and have your cup of coffee.
Yahoo!
good morning with Chris, QC guy.
But this is one of those lives that I don't care about the timer. It can go as long as it wants because it's not a specific topic. Like I do want to try to keep those under at least an hour and a half, definitely closer to an hour. But this, I don't care. And I'm enjoying having you guys on. I'm glad that I finally got you guys on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
shucks.
buddy. Hey.
Oh, shucks.
Wahoo!
You guys are great.
I love it.
So anyway, no, it's cool to be on. I quit doing live streams for a long time too, because of a certain person. We had a disagreement about something, and he basically followed me all over the internet,
Yep.
attacking me every time I was on a live stream. And I'm not afraid of anybody, but I just got tired of being.
Gets
harassed.
annoying. Yeah.
It's annoying.
Does he live in Florida?
Huh?
Does he live in Florida?
Yeah, I got into it with him over a guy that lives in New York and another guy that lives in Florida. And the long and the short of it was that they felt the guy in New York did them wrong, and I was supposed to jump in with them and agree with them, and I.
Oh, you didn't fall in with the Brat Pack.
No, 'cause I'm not a mean girls type. I'm not in junior high school. You know what I mean? I'm not into that. You come to me and you tell me Chris did something bad to me, and I go, huh? Well, what did he do? Okay, well, why is that bad? Okay, well,
How's that my problem?
what else happened? Oh, okay, well, yeah, and so,
Right.
and then what? That's it.
Some people
Okay.
just take it too personal when you won't have their back. It's almost like they have to have friends. They need
It's high school.
friends.
It's high school.
It's exactly what it
Junior
is.
High school, junior high
That's why
school.
that shit goes in one ear and out the other, bro.
It's gang mentality. Like, we all got to go gang up on somebody. I'm like, no, man. It sounds like a you problem, for one. It sounds like you got
It
a
is
problem.
morning. It is morning. It's 10 a.m.
So,
Woohoo.
but regardless, and then everybody had a big problem. And, like I said, it wasn't bad enough that, you don't want to be friends with me anymore. Okay, that's cool. At that time, these dudes were ones and zeros to me. You
Yep.
know what I mean? They don't even exist technically. They're just guys who run a screen. I'm like, okay, well, we're not cool anymore. Okay. But you got to follow me around and harass me. And that's when I really, was ready to knock somebody the F out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I saw them, and they backtracked that shit.
Keyboard warriors, man. Keyboard warriors.
Exactly.
Gotta love it.
Jeremy, if I was giving away prizes, you would be correct. It stood for quality control in the very beginning,
Yep.
and that was against Hubson. I started a group, QC Help and Support, and it's QC Hubson Help and Support, strictly Hubson stuff, and it was quality control, calling them out on all their bullshit. And this was 6 years now. And then I started my channel with that same name, group QC Help and Support, QC Hubson Help and Support, only for the how-to videos for the people in the group to refer to, because Facebook made it to where we weren't allowed to be posting all these big videos on there anymore. So then it just became, I wanted to get away from having the Hubson name on there, even though I was still doing a lot of Hubson content, and I went to QC Guy, and you can use it as quality control guy, but it's actually now really quadcopter. So, but yeah, that's
Now
where
it's
that
QC.
came from. Now it's
Now he's
QC
QC.
Guy. Now it's just
He's a
QC guy. I'm so QC.
He's gonna bake muffins after this.
QC cutie.
I'm gonna make muffins. We're gonna make muffins. Okay, you guys ready?
Hey, you know what, dude? I could probably get a lot of subscribers with a baking channel as QC Guy.
That would be something interesting.
Do
To say
it.
the least.
Come out with my own product line of QC panware.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. You
And
have like a pink apron on.
And I'd give you instead of shirts, I'd be doing QC mitts, oven mitts.
Yeah. You see oven mitts with your face on it going like this or something.
Lon, I am not afraid to show that side of me,
Uh-huh.
because you say apron, and I'm gonna show you something. If
QC
I have
apron.
A pink ruffled apron on. I'm out. I just want to let you know.
If you see what?
You're wearing a pink ruffled apron and nothing else. I'm
Well,
out.
it
Yeah,
won't
I
be-
accidentally got kicked off.
It won't be pink and ruffled. It won't be pink and ruffled.
Okay. Well, fine. If it's one of those ones that kiss the chef or something like that, that's fine.
Well, I mean, where is it?
Those are lame, but they're not.
I don't know where I put it.
They're not.
Oh, here it is. It does have ruffles. It does have ruffles.
Oh boy.
But it's me with my wife. We're both modeling them. Is that okay?
Oh, that is fine. You know.
I'll see if you can see it.
Nope, I'm gonna have to blow this one up. Ah, how cute. Oh, you just flipped off of it.
How do I do that? There we go. So anybody wants to take a screenshot now and use this against me, have at it.
And I'll call Alibaba Shaman Baba Bo. Baba
Yes.
Baba Baba Bo.
Yes.
and tell him-
And then he can say I was underneath Sam Lee's desk. By the way, Mansoor, are you done down there yet? He's still under there.
Uh-oh.
What
are you guys watching?
Half Chrome part of it.
Half Chrome is on.
Yeah, I know Billy.
All right, we can't do a live and watch a live, so we're gonna have
Well,
to end
I
it.
gotta be honest with you. I joined his Patreon because he gives away a free drone every month. Actually, he gives a free drone away every month.
Gives it away too.
He gives it away, and
Are they good drones?
Well,
They're mediocre drones. They're not. They're not anything
Yeah.
to write home about. That's for sure.
I'm usually up for it when he does the FPV drones. When he gives away an FPV drone, that's when I'm in for it. But sometimes they're the SJRCs that they send him double of, or something that toy grade that wants to be reviewed. He gives them away. But I mean,
Okay.
it's It's all. That's why I keep looking at my screen. I'm waiting for him to do the giveaway.
I know. They keep
That's
talking
the only-
about me. That's why my ears keep going up. I go,
So what is it? How's he picking the giveaway?
He does Patreon. It's a Patreon giveaway, and he guesses. He has Alexa do a number between 1 and 20, which is the amount of Patreons he has, and whatever number Alexa picks, that's the Patreon.
Why
member.
didn't I ever think of her doing that? That's the most honest way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
Google
Alexa
does it
pick a
too.
number.
Google does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Google
gonna
does.
test. I'm gonna test that right now. I'm gonna test it with my.
Yeah,
screen
say
one.
pick a number
Sure.
between 1 and 50.
Amazon Volume 10. That's too loud. Amazon Volume 7. Amazon, pick a number through 1 through 100.
Here's a number between 1 and 100. It's 44.
There you go.
Sweet.
Easy does it.
Siri will do
Amazon.
it too, by the way.
Thank you, bitch.
You're welcome, asshole.
She just beeps at me now. Like she used to say, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
keep trying to get Google to call me Honey Bear or something like that, but it won't do it. I
It's
got
really hard.
Google and stuff. Call me Sweetie or something, and it won't do it.
Well, iPhone, you can have Siri call you stuff, and my sons used to have a good time with that. And
Right.
my phone all of a sudden would be calling me like fucktard, and I'd be at work and I'd ask Siri something, and let me look that up for you, fucktard, and I'd be oh, you son of a bitches.
Yeah, the thing is that I think they've all gotten together to try to avoid. You ever see that movie Her? I believe it was called, where the guy falls in love with his digital assistant or whatever.
Yes.
And I was reading some articles that they're working very hard to avoid those type of situations, where you got shut-ins that so they didn't make them not be personable. If you try to ask your digital assistant if it loves you or if you're the best or something like that, it'll avoid those kind of questions on purpose. It's part of that algorithm that it won't. Because it would be easy for them to just program it and say, "Oh yes, I love you so much. You're the best."
Right.
Stuff like that. Like from Demolition Man, where it's a self-affirmation. It'd be like, "Oh, you're number one guy. You're the best." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everyone loves you. You're the greatest. And it would be easy for them to program it to do that, and they probably sell a ton of them. But people would get emotionally attached to it, and it can make a lot more otakus. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people won't leave their houses because they'll be all in love with their digital assistant and trying to marry their Alexa or whatever. They don't let you name them too much either. Like I know the Amazon will let you pick between 3 names if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Computer, Amazon, and Alexa, right?
And that's why I call this one with the A, because just in the other room I have the other A.
Yeah.
But I call them different because if I say one, they'll both be having a frickin' conversation with each other. But I like the whisper mode. It's very creepy. Like when I go to bed, I say, "Alexa, turn off bedroom," and she'll go, "Okay." Like it's like creepy.
Right.
And you can make her repeat anything back to you in a whisper.
Right. People were complaining that you couldn't just name them whatever you wanted, and that was the explanation.
Yeah.
Because if you named them like Betty or something like that, you know what I mean? If you get too attached to it, and so that's why they won't allow it.
So
it would
weird.
be easy. It'd be, I could write the code right now. It would be incredibly easy to program one of these to, call you whatever, or just to name it whatever you want to name it. Because our phones used to be like that. You remember that, Chris, back in the day when they first had the first AIs on the phones, so the Google phone. You can name them, and mine was like, "Hey, bitch."
That's right.
Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and they took it away. They took it away because I used to call my bitch or whatever like that. Ha 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 ha. Yo bitch. What time is it? Yo bitch, what's the weather in Zimbabwe?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chris, Yamaha Dunes in the chat has a question about
Yeah,
should he buy the Mini 2 or wait for the 3 or whatever?
Wrong one. Where?
3 comments back. It's like 3 comments back. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Might be after the Mini 2. Should I buy? Okay. It was the beginning that threw me off. Should I buy the Mini 2 or wait for the Mini 3 or whatever? It all depends on that question right there. It all depends. Is obstacle avoidance what you must have? If you are anti-obstacle avoidance and don't want it, by all means, pull the trigger now and quit waiting. But if you feel like you really are dying to have obstacle avoidance and possibly a tiny upgrade in a camera or something, then maybe wait it out and just see what they deliver.
Right now,
So-
believe it or not, he said he's using his 501s to look at roofing projects. God damn,
Oh
how
my
would
gosh.
that work? How the hell would that? You have to forward pitch the drone. Oh,
He's got to be back a good. I mean, you can
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
You can get it by being back a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't get right over top of them and look down.
Yep.
Robbie wants to jump on real quick. I'm gonna pull him in.
Why not?
Go ahead.
Hey guys,
Travel. What's up, world drone
Yeah.
community?
I got a question. Is this the QC baking channel?
Ha!
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Welcome to the
QC
channel.
Well, I figured when y'all started that, you were out of content. So I figured you needed someone to step in and help you out.
Welcome to the channel, Rob.
Actually, I just want to call y'all, give you a hard time. Because
Actually,
I need that damn
Matt.
laptop.
Actually, Matt does that voice as good as I do. So
I've been practicing that shit for years.
here, Matt. High five.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wrong
I'm
way.
gonna start waiting until people start doing this and hit people in the chat, and the other end reacts.
Oh shit, we're in trouble. Rob really wants that freaking lamp.
I want that lamp. I do. There's a purpose behind. My girlfriend told me to bring her a drone, and I'm afraid if I bring it, she's gonna. It's either a mini or that lamp. She didn't specify it had to fly.
Well, how about if I do this?
Send him a 501 and then he can just build it.
Why don't
right?
Why don't we just make her a nightlight?
There you go.
We'll make it so it literally plugs into an outlet.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. As I pull out my big drone, and she said, "That's yours and this is mine." Then we know where the importance is.
Yeah. Mike Renach says hello, Rob.
Hello, hello.
You have to say his name that way from now on. Mike
I-
Renach.
The H is silent, right?
Yes, but you got to make it sound like he's a Viking. Renach.
Renak.
Like he just became real badass once I learned that H is silent. Look, they're trying to win a drone. Aren't they cute?
Hey, I saw one of the guys in here. Let me see who he is. I think it was the now. Okay, PN. Okay, just so you guys
That's
know,
Peter.
Yeah, when all this stuff comes out, they usually get stuff 3 weeks before we get it here.
Yeah, in
They
Malaysia
get it
and
3
stuff.
weeks in
Oh,
Asia
yeah.
before we get it.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of places, and he's probably got access too. I've got a couple places over there that when they start selling stuff, they'll send me the images. And I'm trying to make better connection with that. It'll be easier when I'm there. But these guys get stuff early. Now, from what I've been told, they said they're not going to start getting the Mavic 3 until the first of the year. So everybody's talking about a November release and all these leaks. And they're telling me we've already put money down on them. We're not going to get them until the 1st of January. So I'm really curious to see, if something's really going to happen in November or December about the Mavic 3 coming out, because they're telling me absolutely no. And I mean, they get them before everybody else does. They had the SE 3 weeks before anybody had pictures. They had already been selling it in their stores in Malaysia.
I don't know, man.
Now, your office that you have in China, where you said is near the DJI, that's not the DJI that closed shop?
No, my office is in
Okay.
Guilin, but we have some apartment complex. We have some people at work that's in Shenzhen, so it's right there. It's
Okay.
right there. But usually the dealers will get it in their shops before the door opens, and then of course you remember when all the people were at the GameStops were lining up to get the game, sleeping the night
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
They do that there, and the reviewers put it out. But the issue is with social media in China is like, most of them don't use Facebook or anything like that. There's like a wall there that we can't see a lot of stuff that they're doing. But the guys in Malaysia are like, what do you want to buy? We'll sell it to you. So those are the ones that really know what's coming out. As far I know on the DJI, they know before we do, because I mean, I had boxes, images of the box of the SE. And then I said, can you send me pictures? And they're like, well, we don't actually open them. The customers buy them and take them home. So he said, I got a friend that's just bought one. He's going to send you some pictures. I had them 3 weeks before anybody had any images, just by getting on there and making contact with them.
Now, if you're buying, say, just any DJI, like you're going to buy the DJI Air 2S, is it cheaper to buy it there versus the price you pay here?
No,
It's more expensive, isn't it?
nah, it's relative. It's a little different.
Because Apple products are more expensive in China
yeah.
than they are here. Because I had 3 Chinese exchange students, and the first thing every Chinese exchange student did when they got here is they bought a laptop and an iPhone.
Do you know why it
Because
costs?
they
do you
were
know
so
why it
much.
costs
They're
more
so
there?
much cheaper.
Do you know why it costs so much there?
Why is that?
The parts are manufactured in China, but they're assembled in California. So they have to, the
Back
parts
and
have
forth.
to go to California, and then it has to be sent straight back. It's the same way with Dell. The Dell monitors, the 27 inches sell for, like, example, $189 for the monitors here. And when I was living in Costa Rica, they sold for $600 a piece in Costa Rica. In China, they're ridiculously priced because they make all the parts, but they don't do any manufacturing. So they have to actually buy it from the manufacturer and have it sent back to their country. And it's crazy priced. But I'll say, when I bought my iPhone 7, I went to look for a touchpad for my old BlackBerry. And they took me to this floor and opened this thing up. And all I saw was like touchpads, like millions in one room. And they're like, the battery room's over there. And I said, well, do y'all have iPhones? And they said, we'll just build you one. And I'm like, what do you mean build me one? They said, don't go to the store. We'll build you one. They went around. They said, come back in an hour. I came back and they handed me the phone. Brand new iPhone 7. And it hadn't been out maybe 6 months. I was like, how much is it? $70. I was like, how can you build a $70 iPhone? They're like, well, we got all the replacement parts here. We just put you one together. And I had that phone for 4 years.
And the parts are
My
extremely
days.
just dirt cheap to them. I mean,
Work
it's like,
fine. Well, they got
Yeah.
everything to build it with.
yeah.
So it's amazing how the manufacturers are overseas. And, you know, my girlfriend told me she was looking at some stuff on Amazon, and Asia has a website called Lazada. It's like the Amazon for Asia. So they're the first company to get all the electronics. I mean, they have so much more stuff that Amazon doesn't have. And she looked at the prices on Amazon. She goes, wow, this makes me feel really bad. I'm like, why? And she goes, look how much y'all are selling this for. Y'all are selling it for 20 times higher than what we make it for. Now, y'all must have a lot of money there. I was like, it's supply and demand over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get smartwatches that have telephones in them for like $7 a piece. Plug the SIM card in it. It's a full-fledged cell phone and everything where you can video and everything for $7.
Mm.
Technology.
What's he saying? We are closer. Good vibes.
Hey, Chris, I'm going
Yo.
to jump off of here, buddy, and go help my brother Bill out. He's winging it alone right now. I kind of
I'm going to go ahead and do a sign off, and you can stay and talk once I sign off. But before you go, I'll go ahead and just do a regular sign off so you can say bye-bye. So everybody say goodbye. And those who are still here, all 24 of you, that's exactly the number we started out with. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.
Later, guys.